I need that sports encyclopedia. We West Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What are you? He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. From day one, you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I'll proudly stand up next to you. Oh, God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Red. You got the belt around you.
Yeah, we are in the building. It is Truth Telling Thursday, so pound that like, subscribe, become a member if you're not one. We got a loaded lineup today. NFL Insider Charles Robinson joins us today. Charles Robinson Sports, NFL Insider, Yahoo Sports. He'll hop on. Steve Kim, the Korean Cosell himself, will hop on. And I got these fresh-ass new Slapdick Yacht Club long sleeves just came in. God damn, CoachJBStore.com. Peep that. That shit's fire. Go check it out. I got all that Slapdick Yacht Club merch that is absolute fire on the Coach JB Show store.com. Let's dive into it, man. We got a loaded show today brought to you by BetUS. Head on over there today. Use the promo code Coach JB for all your betting needs. We got a loaded show, like I said, and it is Truth Telling Thursday. I'm about to tell the truth like I always do. And I better never hear the lie that Draymond Green is a first ballot Hall of Famer ever again. Never, ever, 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 ever should I ever hear out of your mouth, out of Smitty's mouth, out of nobody's mouth that this fraud is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is possibly the worst player on the court at any given time where Steph Curry leaves it. That's fact. And it's real telling in its own right. Without Steph for 4 games, you can't win one. You can't win one game without your GOAT. Let me give you a little history lesson. Hall of Famers could hold down the fort and stave off losing the war by winning one battle. I should put that on a t-shirt. Real Hall of Famers can win one game without their GOAT or their superstar. Hall of Famers can hold down the fort and stave off from losing a war by winning one battle. Golden State, all you had to do was win one battle, homie, inside of the war to take this back to Golden State, to get Steph Curry back on the court. You couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. You lost 4 games straight after the first one when Steph Curry carried it. Hall of Famers make the others believe they can win one game. Hall of Famers make the other players believe they can win one game by either how you lead, by example, what you say, how you act, something. Draymond Green does none of these things. None. Not one. By the way, last time I checked, Dennis Rodman, Ron Artest, Ben Wallace, These are just guys that really weren't scores, but just did similar things to what Draymond does now in the softest generation of NBA play ever. Who guys that didn't score, but these guys all willed their teams to victory when the superstar missed a game or two or even three or maybe four in this case. This guy couldn't even become Anthony Mason, Shaun Marion, or fucking Boris Diaw. And we want to call him a Hall of Famer? So let me get this straight. You get rid of Klay Thompson. You get rid of Poole because this bitch-ass cat socks him into practice. And then you pay this bitch-made cat $100 million for this? For what we just saw 4 games in a row? It couldn't have happened to a better coach than Steve Kerr either. Please miss me. This guy is a joke. He's absolute trash on offense, as Samaki Walker just said on this very show 2 days ago. And if you put Draymond Green on Washington, Brooklyn, Toronto, Charlotte, Orlando, San Antonio, Portland, Utah, you know who he is? Exactly who you just saw the last 4 games. An absolute fucking nobody. A bus rider who talks. A bus rider who loses his games. A bus rider who never, ever can do anything without Steph Curry. And you think he's a Hall of Famer? Hall of Famers can go any team and show that he's a Hall of Famer. Not a bus rider on a team with possibly the best generational player of his era. Don't ever use his name and Hall of Fame around me ever again. Please, don't ever do it. But what do I know? What I do know is the Far East Sider 317, LeBron hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, Caitlin Clark swinging, our main man, Fox Sports' very own Big Smitty joins us. I do know
I'm not doing all the little dancing today. I'm not doing all the dancing because you start off the show, cut my music off. You start the show with some BS. Disrespecting one of the all-time great defenders that this league has ever seen.
Homie, fuck him.
You want to call this era soft? The man was drafted in 2012. You call it soft now.
Fuck him.
Soft in 2012,
He's
13,
garbage,
14,
homie.
15, 16.
Garbage.
Then. I know that.
Garbage.
Don't use that as a crush to try to
homie.
water down his greatness.
What'd he do?
You want to mix with somebody like Ben Wallace. I'm glad you brought up Ben Wallace. What have Ben Wallace, and I love Ben Wallace. Love Ben Wallace. What playoff games did Ben Wallace win without fucking Rasheed Wallace and Chauncey Billups on the fucking court? You need offense, homie. Especially in today's league.
Are you macro or micro?
Green don't score points like that. It's never what he's been. He's a great playmaker.
Are you macro or micro?
As far as being a point forward on the team, and he's the defensive identity on that team, and has been. You, even out of your mouth, have admitted that they don't win those rings without Draymond Green. You, out of your mouth, have admitted that the reason that they lost and lost that 3-1 comeback series against the Cavs was because Draymond Green got kicked out the game because of what he did. If Draymond was so bad and such a shitty player, then him getting kicked out wouldn't make them worse. It would actually make them better, contrary to belief. But you know that's cap. Draymond Green is not a scorer. So when you don't have your lead scorer on there in a playoff game against Anthony Edwards, who's one of the best scorers in the league, Julius Randle, who has been one of the best players in the playoffs, and all these, and they have a full lineup. Yes, it's going to be extremely tough to win those games. They almost did it 2 games ago, but it wasn't enough. When you don't have your best player on their team there, who's also the scorer, this is what happens. This isn't a situation where it's the Boston Celtics, where your second best player is also a scorer, like a Jaylen Brown. Different dynamic. Draymond Green is a defensive player and a playmaker as far as assist maker on offense. Point blank, period. You brought up Dennis Rodman. Show me playoff games where his scorers were out the game. When both his scorers were out the game, and Dennis Rodman went out there and scored.
That's why I use these names.
Points, and they beat the Lakers in the playoff.
That's why I use these names, homie.
Show me that moment.
I actually know. I was actually alive.
At the end of the day, Draymond Green's a Hall of Famer. His
no, he's
resume
not.
shows it.
No, he's not.
4-time NBA champion.
No, he's not.
NBA Defensive Player of the Year. After this season, it'll be 9 times all defensive team that he's made. These are all facts. I'm not giving an opinion. I'm not giving emotions because I don't like the person. I'm giving you actual statistical
That's all you do.
Of what the situation
you live
is
on emotion,
and what
homie.
he is. So
you live on emotion.
When it's all said and done, he will be in the Naismith Basketball NBA Hall of Fame. He's in there, just like Benoit is in there. It's like Dennis Rodman should be there. It's like all the great defensive players have been in there. Now you can go. I'm done talking. I'm not talking.
Well, you just lied 3 times. You said a bunch of nothing, and you weren't even around to watch those teams. By the way,
cut that, Paris.
The players that don't cut it because he'll look dumb, Paris. The players that I mentioned for a reason. The reason I called those players out and named those players is because they did win games without their star. Why do you think I put them on the list, homie? Why don't you go look up Dennis Rodman with Detroit when Isaiah Thomas got hurt, homie? Or when Jordan got hurt, homie? Why don't you go look at those stats?
They still have fucking Joe Dumars on the team that had Scottie Pippen. What are you talking about? They got legit fucking scorers on that team who was still scoring. Jimmy had 16, 17 fucking points last night, homie. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Dennis Rodman ain't leaked them wins. He was on the team who just so happened to win, homie. You capping. You not about to do that to me. You capping. Right
this motherfucker said Joe Dumars and act like he didn't have Jimmy Butler. Are you fucking kidding me?
What did Jimmy do last night?
You just told me.
What did Jimmy do last night? Don't give me fucking names. What did Jimmy do last night? Homie, you watch the game?
Green or
17 fucking points,
homie? Whose fault is that? Did he have
Jimmy's
the player out
there?
there?
Fucking score.
No, homie. Did he have the player or not? Don't tell me what the scorer did, homie.
Matters.
I just told you he didn't have Jordan or Isaiah, homie. You brought up Joe Dumars or Jimmy Butler.
Name those games then. Don't just say
here, homie.
Point out the playoff games. Point out the playoff games that you're alluding to. Now, Isaiah was out and Jordan was out. And tell me how many points Dennis Rodman scored in those games to lead those teams to win the playoff game. Not regular season, playoff game. Since he landed.
Hold on. Did I say score or did I say will their team to win, homie? Hold on, homie. Did I say Hall of Famers should win a game or not? I never mentioned scoring. I never said one time in my lead-in that Draymond Green needed to score. I didn't say one time that Dennis Rodman needed to score. I said let's compare his ass to a fucking Boris Diaw, Anthony Mason, Ben Wallace, Dennis Rodman, guys that didn't score, homie. You don't listen. You're micro, homie. You can't fuck with me on a big scale like this. This is fucking garbage. He was shitty, homie. He didn't win one game. Dennis Rodman won games without their star. Ben Wallace won games without their star. And you better never, ever compare fucking Ben Wallace winning a game when he has Rasheed Wallace versus Dennis Rodman having Michael Jordan or versus Draymond Green having Jimmy Butler or Steph Curry, homie. Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace are both power forwards. What are you talking about? You're out of your mind with this, homie. Draymond Green is a scrub. He showed you for 4 games who he is. Get the fuck out of here. And like I said, by the way, what has he done? When he grabbed the nuts of LeBron, when he got kicked out. I said, yeah, they were up 3-1. The series would have been over. I never said Draymond Green was the reason they won the series, homie, or lost the series. If they would have played, the team would have been better. Steph would have won them the series.
Why would they be better? Why would they be better?
Why
would they be better?
What do you mean, why? Come on, homie. It's common sense. Why? Common sense, why, homie?
Common sense.
What do you mean, why?
If a garbage player, two things I'm
you can't talk. You love mediocre. You love mediocrity, homie.
Jason, I'm real good at math, Jason. 1 + 1 = 2. So I'm trying to understand, how does one garbage player plus a really good team equals winning a series? Nah, if you're a garbage player, how does one garbage player plus team make team better? I don't understand that. If this player is garbage, that's a negative. A negative times a positive is a fucking negative, homie. Do your math, homie. I took calculus, homie. I don't know what you took. I don't know what class you went to.
Man.
A negative times a motherfucking positive is a negative. If Draymond's a negative and he's a garbage player using your words, how in that same breath are you gonna say he would have made that team better? Look at you.
Hold on.
I know you lying, and you know you lying.
Let's talk about what we're.
Let's
talk about brass tacks here. What did you call Draymond Green?
A Hall of Famer.
A Hall of Famer. So if I say he's garbage because he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, if you took that and made this a gray area conversation, what does that mean? That he's a player that you think's in the Hall of Fame that I don't. that if he was on the court, obviously they win. But your micro ass don't want to think rational here today. You want to use emotion like always. And you think this motherfucker who couldn't win 1 out of 4 games is a Hall of Famer. When I haven't seen anybody on his level ever lose 4 games in a row.
That's a lot.
When their star went out, homie. Not a Hall of Famer.
Give me actual examples then.
Jordan went out with a hamstring. Dennis Rodman won a game on the team.
Hold on. Stop right there.
Hold on, homie. Let me finish. Let me finish, homie. Let me finish. Homie. Nah. He had Scottie Pippen. He had Scottie Pippen. Okay. You had Jimmy Butler, homie. 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 You can compare Jimmy Butler. Playoff Jimmy. Playoff Jimmy. Shut the fuck out of here. Playoff Jimmy.
Move it on, baby. What's next, baby? This motherfucker's cat.
You got your goddamn mouth. You love swinging from garbage motherfuckers. You love garbage motherfuckers. You love. I've already proved you don't know basketball on this show many times. You love swinging from garbage motherfuckers, homie.
Please go call Samaki or somebody, a real basketball person. Go
Samaki already cooked you. Samaki already cooked you.
Basketball, homie.
Samaki already cooked you, homie. Samaki already cooked you, homie.
Stay in football lane, last chance.
Ball State. Ball State. Samaki already cooked you on the show. What are you talking about?
JUCO. Samaki didn't cook, but we actually agreed on most of the stuff you were listening. But you don't listen. Damn. It goes one ear out the other, JUCO.
All right, 14 tackle Ball State, micro.
Yeah, all conference player, Big Smitty.
Hey, you want to see my NFL checks?
I don't. One preseason game. I keep it flowing.
Don't matter. I got paid though. You did it. But you know more about pro sports than me.
And now we're doing the same thing.
Hey, you know more, but you don't know. You don't know a damn thing. You really think Draymond did anything in the last 4 games and he's a Hall of Famer? That's just crazy work, homie. This motherfucker thinks mediocrity is the new excellence. We already know that. Holy shit. This motherfucker did nothing, homie. Nothing. By the way, he's such a great defender. How did he do against Randall? You think Randall does Dennis Rodman like that, homie? Then you don't know fucking shit. You don't know
player
shit.
Of the year.
Get out of here. That motherfucker.
Time All-Pro. Finished top 3 and he's player of the year this year.
6 points.
Ask any basketball player. Ask any NBA guy.
By the way, hey, chat. Who was the MVP of the series? Randall. Got it. Who guarded him? Who guarded the MVP of the series? Oh, Draymond. Got it.
Draymond guarded a lot of people.
God damn, I cooked, homie.
Draymond guarded a lot of people.
I just cooked this motherfucker. God
Draymond guarded a lot of people, homie.
Love cooking them in the morning. Let's start right out with the quote of the day because this show is brought to you by BetUS and it's dedicated to Draymond Green. Sometimes you have to be disrespectful to show them how respectful you've been.
Exactly my point.
That's why. I did what I show you. Had to prove it.
Like what I say, I had to show
it. Had to show it. God damn, had to show it.
Called him out.
You thought you showed it? I said I showed it. Yeah. You thought you showed it? I thought I showed it. So
I showed it. I know I showed it. I don't know what you showed.
You didn't show nothing.
I like that quote.
There's no disrespect.
That's a top 75 quote. I like that.
No, that's the worst quote I ever made.
Top 75 quote.
Contrary to belief, brought to you by BetUS TV. Head on over there. A boy becomes a man through pain, failure, rejection, loss, disrespect, deadly risk, and heartbreaks. Not by age. Contrary to belief. Smitty thinks he's 18. He's on the front line. He's a grown man. No, he's fucking not, homie. He has to go through some fucking trials and tribulations to become a man, homie.
Listen, so are you not a man, homie?
You haven't gone there yet, so you're not a man yet, so you don't know that quote.
You don't know my life, homie. You couldn't walk a mile in my shoes, homie. You couldn't walk a mile in my shoes, homie. 2-parent household, catered. Compton, when Compton was real fucking nice the first few years, then it turned into the hood when you got a little older. Contrary to belief, I know the real you, homie.
Way before me.
You was the protected white boy in the hood. They ain't want to mess with him. Like, leave him alone. That's the feds. They call the cops over there. Let's leave him alone. I know how shit play. I know how shit goes. We got next, baby.
Use that White Castle.
Use that Fat Burger. Same shit.
We don't have Fat Burger. We don't have Fat Burger in the real hood, homie.
Use that Fat Burger, homie.
You used to Inglewood.
Use that Lou's. What's it called?
Louis, homie. Yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Louis, homie.
Yeah.
Louis,
Yeah,
homie.
yeah, I know.
You can't
I
go
know
to
you're
Louis.
good, too.
You
I know
can't
you're
go to
good,
Louis. You can't go to Louis, homie.
I'm going today. Right at the show. I'm getting a double bacon cheeseburger with fries.
You might not be on the show tomorrow. You might not be on the show tomorrow.
I'm gonna call my homie Compton and tell him meet me there. JB, I've been moving, but before I even knew you,
They better not call him Compton with a C, homie. They better not call him Compton with a C, right?
Yeah, I'm calling Compton.
Oh, he's definitely not going over there.
That's where he live at. So very safe.
He don't live over there though.
Has his whole business over there, so he's good.
Not over there though. See, cats don't really know the hood. They just talk. They don't. You can't just say over there. See, in LA, in the hood, over there's a whole nother meaning. See, in Indianapolis, over there could be anywhere because it's a crackhead.
Don't do that.
You got the meth heads. You got the white inbreds over here on this side.
We got Lords out there. We got
came from Chicago.
We got all that. We got all that. Don't shake that.
They all came from Chicago though. They all came from Chicago. They came from Chicago though.
It don't matter where they came from. Trust me, it's out there, homie. You don't know. Don't speak of something you don't know about, homie. Far East Side shit. Yeah,
that Fat Burger, Big Mark, by the way.
Stop playing.
That's not a real hood.
Yeah,
Big Mark, by the way. Fat Burger, that's a new Fat Burger, homie. That's wasn't around in the OG days in Compton. Just FYI, that's a whole new little center over there. You go to Fat Burger over Louis, then you're not from the hood.
The line be too long sometimes. I'm like, wait.
All right, Bailey. Let's break this down. I don't know if you have it. Do you have it ready? Yeah, he looks like he has it ready.
Ready, baby. Come on.
Poll question. Let's start the poll question off. Smitty, there's a NFL release schedule yesterday.
Oh, dear.
And I want to show our final social media's best final three. So Bailey been up. Me and Bailey and I been up since like 4 this morning while you were asleep. And you were dreaming about Draymond, and we were actually over here talking about real shit. And we were like, hey, let's come up with a poll question to get Smitty like blood flowing. So we broke down all 32 teams. We broke down all 32 teams.
Yeah.
And we picked 3 finalists.
Yep.
So the poll question is, who had the best schedule release, marketing team, social media team, etc., whatever you want to call it, but who had the best NFL schedule release? And the final 3 are in no particular order. We'll just show them however Bailey shows them, and Smitty and I will debate it. First one's up. Is that the Jets and Josh Allen coming out of the movie theater?
I'm assuming this is the Bills' schedule release.
No.
Y'all ain't showing enough.
Huh? So apparently they're saying like that's Josh Allen's coming out of the movie theater because his wife's an actress.
Oh, okay.
And I believe this is the Chargers account.
The Chargers social media team, I can tell you right now, before we even watch anything, they have the best fucking media team, period. They've been doing it for years. And me as a social media person, I watch their shit. They're the best trollers. They're great. So I already know who I'm going with, number one, but I mean, we keep going.
But we got to keep it what it is, though. Like right now, you just saw this. There may be better certain ones for this particular. I know what you're saying. I know the Chargers wreck shop in this shit. But this is their deal. Apparently, you got to outside the box think here, apparently, because I didn't know. He got a wife that's an actress. He's walking out the movie theater. Sauce Gardner, for whatever reason, is sitting there because I guess he has, what's her name? I guess he's dating, what's her name?
Who's Sauce Gardner dating? He is dating somebody popular.
He dating no girl, ain't he?
Ice Spice, the rapper.
Yeah, so they're trying to use that as like two AFC teams, I guess they're taking a shot at. So that's the Chargers right there. So I don't know why. That's interesting who they went after. I think you'd go after Mahomes or
Well, they probably did once they. So again, we're just seeing one quick little clip. I'm pretty sure the full video. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm pretty sure the full video they show somebody from each team that they're playing on their schedule. So they probably got something in which they show the Chiefs and they probably show Mahomes doing something.
All right, the next one is the Raiders. Take a look.
Will be our 3 Super Bowl trophies. The first 2 while we were in Oakland, and our third while we were the Los Angeles Raiders.
Of the 3 teams that played in Los Angeles, how many have won a Super Bowl?
2 have. 1, not so much. Who wants to see the team room?
You want to see the team room? That's pretty funny. I like that.
Damn, so they mentioned the Rams and the Raiders in LA, not the Chargers, because the Chargers obviously haven't won shit. So they took a shot at a conference rival.
Yeah, I like that.
Last one, Smitty, is your very own Colts. Take a look.
Chicken jockey.
Is that the mental midget? Hold on, homie. Timeout.
A lot of shit just went down in a few seconds.
They won. And
I figured you would say that just off the very, very first clip. I'm assuming.
They won, homie.
Because you're racist.
Yeah, black boy.
And you love that. Don't say that no more.
Yeah. You said white boy. You said white boy. I would say black boy, homie. Yeah. Guess what?
Oh, you know white boy does now?
Yeah, he did already this morning, homie.
I didn't win.
What do you mean but win? Go look. By the way.
You know white boy don't say
that.
Yeah,
now you know. Now you know how it feels. Now, guess what?
It ain't the same, homie. But
guess
anyway,
what? Yeah, it is the same. Hey, guess what? Now you just used to it not being called out about it. Hey, listen.
Ain't same at all.
Guess what, homie? Tyreek Hill got arrested on the water. Your Colts did it.
Yeah, I ain't like that piece.
Why not, homie?
Racist. White cop too. White cop and everything.
Oh, damn. I didn't see that. I ain't light skin.
Very racist. Listen, I love Indianapolis.
Homie, he's a Puerto Rican, homie.
I love Indianapolis. We all have our flaws. Indiana.
Homie, who won? Who really arrested him when you and I got in the when I choked you out in the studio over that whole debate? Remember that day? Well,
never told me out. No,
we didn't film it, but
never told me out.
Who really arrested Hill? Some Puerto Ricans, homie. That's a Puerto Rican right there, homie. Don't get it twisted. That's not a white boy.
I ain't like that piece. The rest of it was cool.
Mahomes. Wait, hold on. This is still the Colts?
This is still the Colts, homie.
Hold on, homie.
Colts on some wild shit right
Can we play? This is your team?
Yeah, it's my squad. That's how we get.
Oh, it's funny. Really?
Yeah. What do you mean funny, really? Like, we don't care about all that soft shit. It's how we get down. I like the video overall.
Oh, you like how we get out now, not racist now.
I like the whole video. The Tyreek Hill part was a little racist. That's it.
Oh, not this?
This ain't racist at all. That's actually funny as fuck. Rewind that, baby. That motherfucker jumped. Look at Mahomes.
I didn't see it. Wait, the frog, the frogger.
Boys, you remember the Raiders did the little puppet with Mahomes, the frog muppet?
The frogger, homie.
His voice, he talks like fast.
Hold on, homie.
Mahomes,
this is the Colts full release schedule.
Yeah.
They got the best one, homie.
They do.
They do. I love it. I want to move there. I want to move to Indianapolis.
Nah, you can't go. You'll get killed.
What part of town should I live in? You said last night?
Just don't move there.
What part of town you said though?
It's too far. If you gonna move there, your best chance is for you to live in Carmel amongst your people. Don't move anywhere near where like in the inner city, because you've already said too much. And I got influence over the city, but them young guys, it's only so much I can do. And you've already disrespected the city too much where if I'm not with you at all times, I can't make no promises. And you
I'm
can
gonna go there
laugh and
next
you can
week.
think everything jokey, and I'm not bragging about it. I'm just saying the fact. Go look it up. Indianapolis is bad. It's bad right now. So
I'm gonna go over there next week.
all right. Well, you better bring me with you. So I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna go. Any city I want to go to, I go to.
I know it sounds
fucked up.
amazing.
Don't get it twisted, homie.
Sounds amazing, homie.
Especially a place like Indianapolis, homie.
They don't know you out there at all, though. That's my thing. Like
trust
me,
they do.
Like,
They know.
Year one, when I came out here, I wouldn't have said what I say. I've been there for like 8 years now. I'll connect with people I need to connect with on every side, every group. This person, this OG on this person, this side. I'd have been everywhere. Compton, Crenshaw, I'd have been everywhere. Watts, I'd have been there. Torrance, I'd have been everywhere. Pasadena, came out here. Inglewood, downtown. Oh, over there where you live at, fucking where you live, Riverside, 2876 Riverside Lane, JB on the gate. Like I've been to all these areas. So it's like it's what it is. 2768 Riverside Lane, JB's on the gate. You can see where he lives at. So I'm just like, that's what it is.
You just doxed me.
Huh?
You just doxed me or whatever they call it.
What does that even mean? I don't know what you're even saying right now.
You said you doxed me, gave out my address and my gate name and everything.
You said you want everybody to know your address so you can test some things out. That's what you told me. Was you lying or was it fact or cap?
It's all right. 3232 Prairie Avenue is not a big deal anyway in Inglewood, homie. So TikTok live banned me.
Yep.
Because you doxed me, homie.
Love it. Stop saying that, bro. I don't like that word. I don't know what it means. I don't like it. It's pissing me off a little bit the more you say it.
You should know that more than anybody. You're in the literal
I'm
social
not in
media
that
space.
shit. I'm 32. I'm gonna be 32 years old.
Homie, it's social media is what they call doxing, homie. When they get you,
see, you're a content
nah,
creator.
homie,
Like,
you put out people's address. That's what happens, and then I gotta call my homies to go deal with you. Like, you know,
all your homies old now, homie. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
All your homies can't even get up and move around no more like they used to. That's crazy. But that's just about like old folks. Y'all can never admit when y'all just old. Like when y'all was young, I believe it. Y'all was probably really in the street. Y'all had them tools. Y'all had them John Morants. Y'all was out there. Y'all was doing your thing. Y'all too old now. Y'all not getting out the bed, moving around like y'all used to move. You young cats will hurt y'all. Like, y'all gotta just chill out, JB. JB, for real. You're not the same person you was when you were 17. I'm sorry. I know you. I know as a man you think so. You're not. You're not.
I'm not.
I've seen you move around, breathing hard and shit. You took 3 steps the other day. You jumped. You ran from here to there when you were acting like the gorilla. And was fucking about to have a heart attack. Like you can't move like you used to move, homie. You can't fight no more. It's okay.
I'm not the same.
Thank you.
I almost died last night and sleeping. I almost died.
Are you being serious or are you just playing around a little bit?
No, I'm being serious.
What you mean? Like, what happened?
I don't know. Stomach just locked up, cold shakes. I was just shaking, homie. I'm like, what the fuck? Got super weak, homie. Almost fucking fell out. Went on the shitter, sat there. Legs got so weak and got like super head rush where I thought I was going to pass out. I didn't know what was up. So I think I got food poisoning, homie.
You probably pushing too hard.
Whole thing. I don't ever take Pepto-Bismol or nothing, but lucky I had one. I downed a motherfucker almost the whole thing.
Were you by yourself last night?
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. That's why I told you.
Always. We just did a video that went that caught a little steam on me about that.
Marriage is the real thing. I told you.
Always solo.
Having a woman is a real thing. Like last night, the perfect time. Because if I was,
you know, it's crazy. You know who knew I was sick too?
Who?
Ash. That motherfucker knew. Dogs know when you're fucked up.
How you know he knew? Like was he
because he was asleep. He was knocked out. They were knocked out because it was like in the middle of the night. Like what time? About I want to say about 1 or 12:31. Now it was like 1 o'clock. And that motherfucker knew because I was like, oh fuck. I was like, homie, it was bad. I ain't had that situation since probably like I was 18, 19.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're able to still be here because I know right now you probably still feel a little weak because you're dehydrated. But
yeah. You know how it goes. And you know, like, even if something did happen, right? I could call let's say I called 911.
Too late.
Can't get in my house.
Yep.
Cause I couldn't get up and unlock my shit. I got all these different.
But you know, Ash probably can unlock the door though.
Nah, not this one.
Not the Ash a little stupid. Damn. See, my thing. See, that's why it's good to have a woman here with you. Like, cause me, if I was in that same situation,
she might have killed me.
My woman, she a nurse too, so she's gonna literally take care of me. She's gonna literally take care of me. Like, he's gonna.
If I had a woman, she probably would have offed me. I don't try. See, I gotta look over and see the girl might have offed me to get all my shit.
Damn, why you even messing with those type of women though?
Huh?
Why you even messing with those type of women?
Cause Leah didn't come over. Let's dive into. I got
who?
What's up?
You said who come over?
I said Steve Kim joins us, and then Charles.
I thought you said you wanted Leah's sister with the gray and black hair to come over. I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry, but continue.
Man, I didn't even know where you got that from.
I heard you say Leah, and I thought you said sister. Cause I remember the other day you're talking about the gray and black hair. Now you want Leah though. But Steve coming on, and we got who? Charles Robinson, right?
Charles Robinson, Yahoo Inside, NFL Insider, Yahoo Sports. Give us some insight on the schedule release, all those things. So I don't have panic. I don't have panic attacks, by the way. So what the fuck am I panic attacking about?
Yeah,
I had like a steak
this morning.
Like I had some steak, and I think it had to be that because I didn't eat no other meat or nothing, and nothing else I would have had anything in it to get me sick. So I think, and you know what I had, homie? You know, I don't like every month or so I'll treat myself to like ice cream. I think the ice cream fucking got me.
Yeah, I had some last night.
Because I ate a whole thing of it.
Me too. I had a little quart.
Yeah, a little quart.
Some sherbet.
Oh, that rhymes with hay. I
Sherbet
have
my favorite. It ain't really ice cream. It's what's it called, a sorbet, or whatever. But it's like that's my favorite.
Yeah, for a man to say sorbet even sounds more like hey they.
I'm so confident who I am as a man that I can say what I want. I'm not limited to say anything. You're limited to say stuff, which means you have restrictions. Which means, are you a real man when you're restricted?
I don't have restrictions at all. I
say do what the fuck I want to do. Ain't nobody gonna ever stop me. And if anybody try to stop me, then they know what happens.
You say you eat sorbet?
Yeah, I do. It's fucking delicious.
You know what I had?
What? Some gangsta ice cream that just came out.
You sound like a white boy right there. It's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
There's not sound bites on here that you sound whiter than anybody, even the upside down Coke bottle.
You know what you're saying right now is actually makes no sense, and I'm glad we're having this conversation. I hate the conversations around sounding white, sounding black. It's something that's very
but you say it all the time though.
It's something that's I just, when I was a little kid I would say it more because it's like whatever, like you had this mindset that black people only talk like this and white people only talk like that when it's not true at all. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like how.
I'm glad you said that.
I'm not talking. I'm just talking. No, I'm just a broad conversation. I'm not saying you said this. This is a broad conversation.
No, I'm glad you're saying that because
Anytime a brother says something that sounds intelligent, clear, we say he sounds white. I hate that. There's so many fucking super smart black people, super smart white people, like everybody. It's like there's thugs in every race. There's scientists in every race. There's whatever you think of. There's that in every fucking race. So when we say you sound like this, you sound like that. I actually don't like that.
Yeah. I love
Rico Lauren, shut up. Just shut up, Rico. Old ass motherfucker.
I like
you old cats think y'all still 16, 17. Beat the shots off.
I like when sisters sound white. And I'm fucking the shit out of them, and it get like it best of both worlds for me.
Why is that?
You like white girls when they sound black, I bet.
No, I don't. If you mess with a white girl, like you want them to be very white, actually. As a brother.
Oh, you want that like dominant, like white girl like racist, yeah.
You want them really white for all the just the history.
That's why I want the sister. Like I turned her.
Stop right there. Stop. You don't want no history of nothing. Like you don't want to. Let me stop you right now.
No. I mean, like
I know it sounded bad.
Like I want to turn her. Like I want to flip her. Anyway,
he said, "I know. I want the history." Like, fuck you doing to her, motherfucker?
No, I didn't say that, motherfucker. I said I want to flip her. Like,
it sounded. I know.
Yeah, like no. I meant like I exactly what I want. That like, not that.
I got you. Like
anyway, homie,
you want the girl, you want the woman? Say yeah.
Anyway, the Colts won the social media war.
I had to go run down the whole show.
The NFL released the schedule. They won. The Colts won. So shout out to the Colts. AR5 will never play it down for them.
I don't know. I saw some clips.
Look at this shit, though. Fire, though. Just came in yesterday, homie. I got red and blue.
Navy blue with gold is a good combination, like color combination.
Right size this time.
Yeah, 3XL.
Yeah,
Where do people buy it?
2XL now, homie.
Oh, okay. You lose some weight. There you go. CoachJBStore.com. Rico, get you one, Rico.
I got a flag, homie. I got a flag on our Coach JB show with Smitty.
Flag?
Nah, yeah, that's maroon. Match my boat, my yacht.
Same thing.
No, it's not only long sleeve, homie. I got short sleeve, long sleeve, hoodie. I got all this. The whole slab. This is the Yacht Club line, homie. It's out there. The logo's been done. It's trademarked. We got all the shit. It's out there.
Keith Spears got an important question. Do you have anything larger?
We go up to 9X.
There you go, Keith.
So, no, we don't have anything larger for you, Keith, but we go up to 9X.
So Keith got to lose some weights to get a shirt still, to get a 9X.
Him and Ports, my boy, got to go. They only got 9X.
Leave Ports alone. Ports ain't even fat. He just all stomach.
He's what?
Ports ain't even fat. He just all stomach. Like if he loses stomach, he ain't even.
You
fat.
guys notice that? That's like ex-athletes. That that's kind of like. It's real
like
weird
his legs are still kind of like athletically. Arms ain't really that.
Yeah, it's rare that you just turn into like a big blob. It's just your
big ass stomach.
Beer. Yeah.
Beer fucking makes your stomach huge.
Yeah.
If you stop drinking beer for 3 months, like don't do nothing else. Just stop drinking beer and liquor and do everything else the same. He'll lose hella weight.
That's why I stopped drinking beer. I never drank beer. I've never been a beer drinker my whole life, actually. Never. Like I've had beer, but I've never been a beer guy. So that's just me. But anyway, yeah, we got all the shirts. Brandon Parsons, can we go on the yacht if you buy a shirt? Yeah, buy a fucking $15 shirt, and I'll put you on a fucking $200,000 yacht.
We are doing some yacht rides this summer, probably be more early to mid-July. And JB's still trying to figure out how he wants to set that up because he's going to need some security to protect himself from y'all. And he has to figure out, like, what should be the qualifications to allow y'all to come out there. But he is working on it. It probably will be expensive because this is, he's riding his yacht around. So
I am.
Yeah, you said it before. You're not a liar. You said you was going to do it. So
you're the guy though that's setting it up.
Yeah, as your co-host, I'm helping you out. You say you're like,
I got security. I ain't worried about security.
I'm the player, right? So like, you're the coach. You say this is the game plan. I'm going to help execute the game plan. You said it's fucking third and long, blue. I'm going to we're going to double threes and we about to rush the passer. Like I'm listening to what you're saying. So that's why I'm helping you execute, coach.
Anyway, speaking of security, my man, I had dropped him a text last night and said if he's all right. He just responded by saying, gang, gang. Theo Vaughn, good friend,
funny.
Put his hands on a motherfucker the other day.
No,
Take a look. Yeah.
Theo Vaughn?
Yeah, what's happening now? Take a look. Dude right here apparently wanted to go over and talk some shit to Theo, dog, in a Nashville bar. Theo wasn't having that shit. Blah. Pins him up right here like, what, motherfucker?
Look at little Theo. Chewing that gum. That dip.
Theo about his that life, too. He was like, oh, boy was like, bitch ass, what is he wearing, homie?
Can you start back from the beginning and can you be Theo and like do his voice?
Like, I can't do Theo's voice.
I thought you had it.
I don't know how to do that shit, but like
I don't know how to do it yet either.
He's a real one. No security, no nothing, because nobody came over there. Like he moved like that though. Him and Caleb, couple good.
That's how I move. I don't do no security when I go out. I'll be by myself, dolo. Me and my homies.
Well, I don't need security.
You don't go out though. You smart.
Well, when I do, I don't need.
You stay in the house, stay safe.
Yeah, never need security.
Stay safe in the house.
But I am security. But anyway, this right here is shout out. I like it. I got a lot of people that would message me like, you know how many times motherfuckers been in? It's crazy. Social media has made this. Again, this is social media, homie. We just talked about yesterday. Like, in fairness to Theo, I like Theo and shit, but Theo is a nobody.
I don't do that.
Homie, we got to be real. Theo knows Theo knows what I'm saying.
I know. Listen.
We've had me and Theo and I. But listen, though, this is a real conversation. Theo, myself, Rappaport, Caleb,
President.
have had this conversation.
Right.
There's a difference between and McAfee. We had this conversation even on the McAfee show. We had this conversation. How social media works is its own genre, and you probably noticed too. Like Netflix comes out, there's a show out there, and according to all things we know, there's over 400 million eyeballs on that show.
Allegedly, yep.
400 million, right?
Yeah.
None of these cats, maybe now, have had 400 million views on one event. None.
Not one piece, but if you add that shit up, yeah.
Right. So the point they were making, this was them telling me this. The point they're making is like, I should automatically have 100 million YouTube subscribers then, right?
Right.
It don't work like that, homie. And I didn't realize or think about it. I didn't even start YouTube yet when we talked about it.
That's the main problem. Yeah.
But I'm being a serious conversation. Like, I didn't think about it, but like JB, you know, globally, motherfuckers walking down. You walk down the street in London. JB from a lot of these cats. Oh fuck! Well, now they are known from social media, right? It's a whole nother thing. Social media over time has made these cats super famous or popular. Total different genre of YouTube versus a mainstream media or Netflix or Amazon or any of that. Total two different like
lanes.
Social followings.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. So Theo grinded and made his way to what he is.
Yeah, for sure.
That way. Just like your boy Clyde Canetti and fucking Drewski.
Stop saying that.
Yeah, and Drewski and all these fucking guys.
Funny as hell.
So Theo, now to what my point is, sugar on the rim lips, fuck, is now famous for what he's done. He wasn't famous for being someone that we knew already. He was basically someone who built his brand through social media, being a nobody. What the fuck you mean? What do I mean, homie? So guess what? Drewski, all these motherfuckers are the same. Adam 97, all these motherfuckers are the same way.
I think is it 96?
I don't know, but who was he before?
I don't know
who was Adam 96 before he let his bitch get ran through.
I don't know who he is now.
Thank you. But anyway,
now I understand what you're saying. I just don't like that explanation was beautiful.
The chat don't get it. They don't understand.
The explanation you gave was beautiful. It's flawed.
Let me ask you something too. So all the fucking idiots in the chat can think. He's a comedian. No shit. Did you know him as a comedian before when he was doing fucking mom and pop backyard shows? Or did you know him from being on MTV for one episode of fucking whatever that shit, Road Rules or whatever, and then becoming a comedian and then becoming a social media star, which blew up his comedy? Which one? Get the fuck out of here. Nobody knew fucking Theo Von was on the comedy circuit, homie. You motherfucker. Go ahead, Smitty.
I was saying, what you saying makes perfect sense. Only reason why I even clapped back initially, you said initially, oh, he's a nobody, but I know what you mean.
Obviously I don't mean he's a nobody. Yeah.
You explained it beautiful. But
I don't mean like he's a nobody now, of course, dumbass.
Right.
These motherfuckers.
Chris said we know him from MTV. That's what Chris said. So
I don't.
I don't either. I'm not being funny.
I did say he was on Road Rules or whatever that show was. I knew what he was. I knew he was on something, but I don't know. I don't remember him. I don't watch MTV though. But
yeah, I watch BET, so I wouldn't even know.
That's why I grew up on BET. I was Big Les, but you were too young. You don't even know who that is.
Yeah, Big Les.
You don't know that she was thick as hell. I probably rubbed some out a few times.
I did that to like it's a little later. You was a little older, but I used to watch BT Uncut. That's when my thing. You was a little older at that point, but I was young, so like the old remotes, you just press back, it goes to the previous channel, whatever. So as a kid, you gotta be ready to like go back. Your mama walk in, daddy walk in, you got to be ready to go to the cartoon channel. So I had fucking Cartoon Network and BT Uncut ready. So I'm watching BT Uncut.
I was actually from the hood. I didn't have any parents around ever, so I actually could watch whatever I wanted.
Oh, that's sad. And then Nelly video Tip Drill came out. Again, that was a big deal.
I was in college.
Yeah, I know you're way older than me. You're old as shit. I'm almost 60. So, but at that point, I was young, and that's when they were swiping the card. in the video through the girls. Like, yeah, it was going crazy, and that was a big deal at the time.
I remember videos were a big deal. Videos used to be a big
huge deal. Like video vixens, like
video
vixen. If you were a bad video vixen, like you were like popular. You were in the magazine, like you was known, and they would use you in almost every video if you was a popular one. You know what I'm saying?
What was that? Because me and the homies used to watch, and this was like later on too. Like this is actually pretty new, comparable. It wasn't like NWA videos. The Outkast video, Hey Yeah or whatever.
Yeah.
When I was a Hey Yeah.
Hey Yeah.
Which one is with the bitches walking around like they're African?
Why parents put this like why she put this with an exclamation point?
Huh?
Why did parents put superhead with an exclamation point? Like
Superhead Karinas or whatever her name is?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you guys know. I don't know who that is, but like parents just put it like she's super excited, like Superhead, like she's a fan or something.
Stop saying cap. I mean, no, stop saying you don't know. That's cap.
What you mean?
That's what I meant to say. You know who the fuck Superhead is, homie. Paris probably watched her. Like, see, look, Sheer Chris knew right away her name, homie.
Damn, Korean staffers. You studied or
let me let me ask that was a question. Did you guys watch Korean like and get like tip drills and tips? I don't mean my hand like that, but tips
like with y'all
like tongue
ladies
like open wide tongue out
y'all was like choking and like what y'all like Chris Jazzy, all the women live like y'all
spit down your tongue, like spit down your tongue.
Was y'all like learning? Was y'all like
to the balls? Like how did you guys like? She follows Paris on Instagram.
I don't know why. It's a reason.
Oh, something's going on here, homie. That might have just opened up some new sort of Pandora's box with one of our fucking workers, homie.
Damn, we gotta keep it real though. Say it. Damn, Perry. I mean, I don't judge. I mean, do your thing. I mean, I didn't know.
Paris man watching the show right now with her.
Shout to him.
He probably like he a happy motherfucker.
He's happy as fuck. Like,
shout out to him in Paris.
It works. That's what I'm saying. Home cooked meal, Korean staffers. He ain't got to work really. Paris be working. Like shit, everything cool. It's your player trail. What's going on? He really wants to know like what's really going on right now.
Anyway, homie, back to the See, Paris, don't say what your because then you have these weirdo fucks asking for your IG and shit.
Yeah, T-Mix, and he's 16 anyway. Go to fucking class. You got 1 week left before you graduate.
Yeah, you just hit a lick at 7-Eleven, motherfucker. You take your ass.
Right.
Motherfucker
stole a slushie and got a suicide flavor with a bag of hot fries.
Take your motherfucking ass to fucking homeroom, homie.
Fucking Renaissance. We call it Renaissance. You got kicked out the main school. Had to go to Renaissance.
Thirsty ass motherfucker. Take your motherfucker out the homeroom, motherfucker.
The bell rung, homie.
The bell rung, motherfucker. Stop talking to the Asian bids. Let's not. It's always the brother was talking to the Asian bitch before school started. You know that? Why? I was very specific when I said that, homie.
He got the book bag off one shoulder. His pants big as fuck.
Oh yeah, sagging like a motherfucker. Whole ass out.
He jogging the fucking class like he fucking.
Yeah, like he hard. God damn, he got you know what I'm saying, like BPS.
Smell like weed, like a motherfucker. Like
oh yeah, smell like weed.
Strong as hell though, like
fingernails burnt.
Lip black than a bitch. The bottom lip.
Lips like fucking Forrest Whitaker, fucking Whoopi Goldberg looking at ass.
Wesley Snipes.
Back of Forrest Whitaker neck.
Melissa Ford, she still do look good. She's on Joe Budden's podcast now. She's doing the podcast.
Is she?
World. But Melissa Ford was a big time video. She probably the number one video vixen.
I remember her back in the day. Nah, the biggest one was a bitch I used to fuck. But anyway.
Nah, Melissa Ford was probably the most popular.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you. I'm just telling you, as a bitch I used to fuck with.
I mean, top 2 or something. I'm saying Melissa Ford was like that.
Yeah, sad situation though. I think we brought it up on the show when
you did. You brought it up. Yeah, I used to fuck with her.
Cubana Lust. She was big. Anyway. Hopefully she's still alive. I don't know. She hit a wall.
Jamie, there's a video. I know we're gonna go to a break here and then we're gonna bring in Steve, but there's a video. Are you saving that for later?
Crack's a hell of a drug. Huh?
Are you saving that video for later? I see a video down here. I don't want to give it away.
I don't know I don't know because I don't want to give it away either. Which one is that one?
Let's connect our minds real quick without saying it. There's a video at the bottom.
Yeah, I already know. Wait.
Are we saving that later? Are we going to use that to go to break?
But again, without us saying, you sent me two. I don't want to show something and give it away when I'm about to show it later on the social media side.
Oh, okay.
How do you knew that?
That's tough.
So again, which one is this?
I mean, regardless though, yeah, I sent you two, but they're really the same video, except the latest one I sent you has a little bit more.
I know. Is that this one or the other one?
I don't know what Bailey did. I don't know which one you sent to him. Which one he took from you.
I didn't. He don't have the other one then.
But the latest one I put in our group text last night. He
was then I wouldn't show that one.
So you want to say that for social?
It's
up to you. I know we like to go to break off like funny shit, so I didn't know what we had.
Fuck it, we can show it. Fuck it, we can show it because it's gonna be a different. It's gonna be
Bailey
a
run
different.
the show.
Audience.
Bailey run the show. I don't give a fuck.
It's gonna be a different audience anyway.
That's true.
So go ahead. It's not long enough for a commercial though, right?
Nah, but it could lead to the commercial.
Well, let's show it. Somebody on the show made for us.
Hyper saying to take the safety who sits right here at 10 to 12 yards normally.
Hold on, homie. Timeout. Timeout.
They're saying that's
homie. I haven't seen it like on a big screen. Why am I like shitting? Why am I fucking struggling, homie?
You mad as fuck?
Let's start it over.
Milk Hyper saying to take the safety who sits right here at 10 to 12 yards normally. They're saying that's too deep. So now we have to cater to the offense even fucking more. Move them up here, and it has to be a referee behind them. Get up. Move up. So now you want the safety at 5 fucking yards, Mel Kiper? You fucking idiot! Never been right on a draft yet? You said Ryan Leaf was the guy, you fuck! Now we want safeties at 5 fucking yards? So you can throw a post to fucking Stallworth in 1967, you fucking toupee wearing motherfucker! Holy fuck, you guys on ESPN are fucked, man! Now we have to dictate to the quarterback. Hey, quarterback, please, I know we're all so shitty, but let's blame cover 2 mean fucking times, you fucking idiots! Dan Orlovsky, you should have came on my show, motherfucker. You fucked me. You don't know shit either, sitting there in them tight-ass skinny jean pants. You fucks. You motherfuckers don't know football. Get me on there, motherfuckers. You guys fuck.
Why Dan look just like Dan for real?
Dan Orlovsky is baby bitch. I'm tagging all of them in this video.
That look just like Dan Orlovsky.
I'm tagging Dan and Mina on this video.
Look at Dan, homie.
Is that Dan Orlovsky?
That's Dan Orlovsky, homie, as a baby.
Hey, Parrish, you better learn how to do this, homie.
That's Mina Kimes.
Parrish, you better learn how to do this before I tell your man that Kareem Steffens follows you. Hey, well, fuck it. I'll go home tonight. I'll drink my yak and smoke my stick, and I'll get it back cracking.
Kellen Moore, who we predicted would take the Saints job while they played a Super Bowl in New Orleans, the backyard of the Saints. Very interesting introduction yesterday. I don't know if you saw it, Smitty, but let's take a look.
Wanted a coach that was exceptionally bright, creative, and most importantly, a tremendous leader. I believe that is exactly what we have in Ellen Moore.
Oh my God. It's so embarrassing.
I'm going to give you an opportunity. I'm going to give you an opportunity, Smitty, live on the realest show on Planet ERF. I'm going to give Smitty an opportunity. And I'm not going to even say nothing. Bailey, take me off the screen. I'm going to give Smitty the full opportunity to say his piece about that. And let's see if Smitty can figure this out.
I just think it's embarrassing, you as an owner and the CEO of a team, to not know the name of the person that you're hiring to run your team as the head coach. That's a huge issue. To me, that shows that you just wasn't involved in it. A. B. You don't know football at all. You don't know the coach's names, you don't know the players, you don't know what's going on. Or C, I guess you just made a mistake, but I don't think that's the realistic option. I just watched the fucking video. She said Ellen Moore with confidence. That's not a mistake. She really thought the man's name was Ellen Moore. She's reading off a piece of paper. She probably the K, they probably lost a little bit of the ink in the pen, and the K not all the way in there, and she just reading off a piece of paper, and she said Ellen Moore. It has nothing to do with women. I know it's about to pop up. This is an owner and CEO who's hands off on the team, who doesn't know about real decisions being made with the team, and just up there to just check off a box and do her due diligence or do her job as welcoming the player or the coach in. That's where I'm at, Jason. But I'm sure you have a whole take on why women shouldn't be involved, shouldn't own a team, and all that stuff. So go ahead, take the floor.
No, I'm actually just disappointed. I gave you your opportunity, I gave you the platform, and you want to dismiss that actual fact. I'm disappointed in my co-host that you just had this. You could have rectified it. You could have gained a shitload of fans back. You could have came out and said it's simply straight up, women need to get out of this space. You could have just said it, man.
She's the owner and CEO. She's not a coach, homie.
Yeah, but she was gifted. She was gifted the business.
Matter. She's the owner. I don't care how it was.
It was. She didn't earn that job, homie.
It don't matter. That's what you're supposed to do.
She was the wife,
Jason,
homie.
You would do the same thing to your daughter. Like,
stop. Come on, man. I gave you a whole platform. You could have said, you know what?
I'm passing them down my shit.
She got the Mr. Benson's team. He passed. I got the beneficiary of it.
Okay.
She simply does not belong on the stage.
Homie, this is what you do, homie.
This is what women do. That's why women should not be here. Let's just keep it real, homie. Like, come on, man. Let me just ask you a fair question then. Seriously. Would a man fuck up Kellen Moore's name?
Yes.
Go.
Yes.
Oh, God damn.
I've seen men fuck up names before, homie.
Come on, man. Be honest. In this role, Smitty, addressing the new head coach for the team, a man would have got his name wrong.
Yeah.
So, fuck. This guy just can't be truthful. He just can't be truthful on the realest show on fucking planet Earth. Fuck, man. I gave him opportunity. He fucked me.
The better question is, what woman hurt you at a young age? I'm just curious. Somebody hurt you.
No woman hurt me.
No,
they helped me.
This is real show, but I'm your boy.
Well, you weren't real. You weren't real.
Like,
you weren't real. So don't expect me to be real. Don't ask me real shit if you aren't going to be real. I just gave you a platform, homie. You lied on national television.
No, I didn't.
You're a liar.
I'm never gonna ever call me. That's
you know damn well, man. You know damn well, man ain't gonna miss that name like that.
Finger on my face. Get your finger on my face.
You know damn well that man is not gonna miss a name like that bad.
I like
Tiana Sharp or Superhead?
Superhead.
All right.
Grew up watching.
Second hour, huh?
Grew up watching her, huh?
Tiana she's from my city, so I'll probably go Tiana. She's from Indianapolis. Grew up down the street. But anyway, second hour, y'all. Make sure
you ran into her.
Second hour, make sure her real name is Kiana. Her stage name is Tiana.
You ever ran into her? You ever ran across her?
She went to Arsenal Tech. You know Tech.
I know. My players went to school with her.
Mm-hmm.
You ran across her?
One of my homies, rest in peace. I ain't gonna say his name just because he ain't here no more. But one of my homies who played at Notre Dame had visited me during homecoming at Ball State. This is before she became who she is, and they had a good time. And at the time I didn't even know that she was a regular person. And then like a year later, I'm like, hold on, why does she look familiar? Oh. So
one of my homies that does the sets in Chatsworth out here in the Valley, gave her the first shot.
Her first like actual shot
on tape.
On tape.
Huh?
So like just for clarity,
he's in the
no, he did the set. I know, but like sometimes for the first episode, like the budget is low, and you gotta do everything. You gotta do the setting. You gotta be the dude that you gotta do everything. So I get it.
Like the dude that what? So I gotta
say it.
There's you know what a fluffer is?
Yeah, I just learned this. My homie taught me this. Like he educated me verbally what this was like a year ago.
That's what she started as over there.
She was that? How much do they get paid?
They all do. Nothing really.
So for the chat, y'all, and tell me if I'm wrong, the fluffer's job is to keep the dudes up. Like in between like sessions and in between.
They don't go straight through on a video like just fucking come. Like,
right. Them dudes ain't lasting that long.
Yeah. My homeboy told me some crazy shit. Like the makeup bitches would get involved too.
And I hear this too. Like a lot of these, like these corn stars, they're like they really not in, like they lazy. Like they like it's literally just a job. Meaning that like they'll show up the set, the women, and they'll be on the side, like arms crossed. The dudes over there who they're about to do the scene with, they won't do no type of like communication or foreplay to get them ready.
Nah.
They literally just like, come on, get hard and come on. Like, and the dude has to get himself hard and it's come fully prepared. And that's why I think a lot of them be taking like pills and medicines. And I've interviewed a lot of these little stars on the porch and they be educated. I'm like, this shit is crazy. Like, but then you got some real OG ones who actually like, talk to you and do all the stuff to make it natural. But a lot of these young chicks, they lazy and they not doing none of the work to actually get the man up and ready. And that'd be the biggest stressor.
Yeah, that's the number one thing.
Yeah. So,
but that's why they got the fluffers.
The fluffer is there all day. They're just doing that.
But there's different fluffers. It's wild. I mean, I don't know. That's a nasty environment. I don't know. It's been crazy. I've been on a few scenes, like not watching the scene, but I've been where they actually shoot it at, like when it's empty.
Yep.
And it's nasty.
You better watch where you step at, homie.
Yeah, it just looked like a nasty motherfucking place.
What it smell like in there?
Like it's almost like what's the smell? I mean, like not rubbers, like a real rubber, like a Trojan.
Oh,
but like rubber, like burnt, like rubber, homie.
Yeah,
that shit
Trojan
nasty.
Man.
This shit is nasty as
fuck.
Like
Badissi in there.
And then I couldn't imagine bitches or everybody in there naked and barefoot. Like it's like a fucking horrible scene too. Unless they go to a house, a lot of them they go to like the owner, the producer's house where they film it at.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Other than that, in the studio though, it's nasty.
I know you lived a long life. Have you smashed a corn star?
Yeah.
Was it cool?
No.
Really?
That was horrible.
Really? Oh, because it's just too many been inside type shit.
Maybe it wasn't even like weird. It wasn't even like a whole. It wasn't regular like another broad. It wasn't no. Oh damn, you know this.
Yeah.
Not even like that. It was just they're horrible.
And
I've heard that from other people too. Like they're not really like. They're horrible. The acting part is they're horrible actors for a reason.
Yeah.
They're not actresses.
Yeah.
They're porn actresses for a reason.
And the ones who got okay acting, those are the ones who end up being like the legendary ones. So anyway, we talk about that all day. It's time for one of our big time weekly guests who comes on twice a week, JB. And you always do the honors, so I'm gonna let you do the honors the right way.
Yeah, the Korean Cosell himself, knower of all things, the co-host of Whitlock's Fearless, the 3 knockdown rule with Mario Lopez, our main man. Korean Cosell himself. I wanted to add a line, Smitty. I wanted
We
to
need
add
that
a line.
picture from yesterday too, but
I wanted to get that picture because I wanted to make that the thumbnail of today's show, actually, and say the big three.
Right. Yeah.
But our main man, Steve Kim, joins us.
Gentlemen, morning.
Baby, pull up that picture. Do you have the picture? Because the big three is up right now. I want to know if the big three can match this big three. Because I think we're in the same colors.
Damn near. Steve definitely is.
I actually wore that yesterday.
God.
I did, seriously.
Smitty on the right, though, is a horrible baby picture.
Yeah.
The worst one by far. The worst one by far.
Nothing like me. I don't know who did this one.
Yeah, I don't know who did that one. But anyway, it looks like you're the same barber, though.
Kevin the Trucker.
Let's dive into it, Steve. We got a lot going on. You guys, Miami, we tried to bring you on Tuesday. On Monday, I believe it was. Or yesterday, was it? I don't know. We were trying to call. I was like, let me call Steve if I have to. But you guys signed a big-time player in Miami. What's going on with this guy? Break it down. Let everyone know who he is.
Or one for the good guys. And God bless that NIL, right? But I think particular attention.
What did he get?
And a tribute needs to be paid, not to just Mario Cristobal, but to our offensive line coach, who I believe he might be the most indispensable assistant we have, even as much as the coordinators. Mirabel's ability to develop his resume, and I guess he crafted a very strong relationship with Jackson Cantwell and his family. I think that's what got it done. I know everyone's talking about a young man getting NIL. Hey, geniuses. Top 100 players are all getting paid now. It is what it is. The game is the game. The market is the market. And I don't know if he's going to be a day one starter. I don't know if he's quite the level of a Francis Mawanoa, who looks like he's going to be a top 15 pick. But coming into the offensive line room next year, there's going to be 3, if not 4 slots available in that Hurricane offensive front in 2026. Markel Bell, the other tackle, he has a chance to go to the next level. So there's going to be some openings here. So this is a big one. It's the first pure number one consensus nationally ranked player since DJ Williams in the year 2000 for Miami. This is big.
Steve, a lot of folks out here that don't know how football works. The head coach here at Miami, in this case, is known as a great O-line guy.
Yes.
Being at Bama and Oregon and what he's done. He's also known even a better recruiter, especially of O-line men. So he had his hands on this all day long. If anyone out there doesn't believe it's him, that has a lot to do with this. Him and his O-line coach, who he's mentoring and getting groomed to be the next best recruiter. Mario's full on this O-line stuff. That's his baby.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, look, the one position that Mario has really recruited at I would say, a nationally elite level since he came to Miami in 2022 has been the O-line. Samson Okunlola, who needs to make a move this year. Mawanoa, who's been everything as advertised. And now you got Cantwell. And I think another factor that helped Miami is the fact, while Oregon tried to take credit for Penei Sewell, the coach and the offensive line guy, when he was at Eugene, Oregon, were Mario Cristobal and Alex Mirabel. That is the reality. And I love Jackson Cantwell, though. He is flat out now calling out members of the media who put out, in his own words, what he said, quote, was a slanderous narrative. I love that term. Now, I would have gone with what Depeche Mode said in blasphemous rumors. But the reality is this. Everyone offered him a 7-figure deal. Did Miami have the highest one? I'm not sure, but everyone's probably in the same ballpark. But according to him, when he came back from one of his visits from UGA, who's an absolute powerhouse, he said, I knew right then on the plane ride home, I'm going to Miami. And there was a lot of disinformation that was put out there. I believe that there are intentional media leaks that certain media members ran with. I believe that there was an absolute agenda at play, which even flummoxed a lot of the Miami insiders, whether it's Gio Milian, my good friend, my old buddies Danny Money and Peter Oriz. And we lost hope because I'm now a cynic. Miami hasn't had a lot of success the last 20 years. I know the way these things work. But at the end of the day, Mario Cristobal's overall work ethic and passion for recruiting won out. Now, with that being said, this is only May. He has to put together a double-digit win season coming up if you want to go out there and capitalize on this momentum.
Steve, I don't know if there's a truer statement than what I'm about to say. It's been this way since that I remember and ever been since I've coached. But the head football coach, regardless of where he's at, and I'm just looking down the list right here, and it's proving my point that I'm about to say. Like when I was as a head coach, guess what we were good at? Offense, quarterback. If Kirby Smart's a head coach, guess what they're really good at? Defense, linebacker, D-line. Things that he's associated himself with his entire career, and then going back to what he did as a player. Steve Sarkisian, what do they do? Offense, quarterback. Dan Lanning, what do they do? Defense. D-line, linebacker. Look at the draft picks that are getting taken from these head coaches, by the way. Look who's going and getting drafted from when Sark was an OC to Sark's the head coach. Ryan Day, DeBoer, James Franklin. What do they get? Dabo. What has Dabo had since he's been at Clemson? Usually a first-round quarterback, wide receiver combination. Guess what he does? So, that's what it is. When you're the head coach, people don't realize your hands are fully invested on that position that you played or are familiar with on that side of the ball as a coordinator, player, etc. But it translates to being a head coach. And I'm looking down the list right now in the country, and it's 1,000% accurate. There's not a different. Unless you become older, as in a Saban, where now you're the CEO and you've relinquished defense and offense, and you've given Kirby the defense, and you've given Sark the offense, or Lane. Now you're the manager and the CEO. You get all the guys now. But still, Saban, guess what? He was on defense. And it's Pete Carroll, defense. I mean, it's a 1,000% rule, man. It is what it is. But we'll see. Miami's O-line is going to always be good, in my opinion, because of their head coach, which is an O-line guy. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, since he's come there, Jalen Rivers got drafted. Cohen made a roster. He wasn't drafted, but I believe he made the Browns. Matt Lee made a roster, I believe it was with the Bengals. And, it's been a real combination of transfer portal guys, specifically at center. Third straight transfer portal center we're going to have this year in James Brockemeyer. They have some young developmental guys that they got in their last recruiting class, kids that look the part. One thing about Cristobal that I know, he is big on body types. One of his phrases is, I know what it looks like. And if you want to play tackle at the University of Miami, you have to be about 6'6". He won't take a 6'4", 6'3" guy. If you're a guard, you could be about 6'3". If you're a center, you could probably be 6'2". But if you want to play on one of those positions outside, I'm just telling you, Cristobal and Mirabel, I say, is this guy at least 6'5" and a half, 6'6". So body types are big. Cantwell's about 6'8". He's a nationally ranked shot putter. Both of his parents were Olympians, so he's got very good genes. And now he's got to get ready. It is important for him to be good, though. He can't be a bust because, number one, you put a lot of money into the young man. And number two, there is the perception that when you have a number one player, that guy's going to be judged differently. That is the truth. And Miami now has a chance to really capitalize on this momentum. There's a couple of other recruiting targets, Derek Cooper, Calvin Russell, that I think they're going to turn their attention to. This year, I think Miami has a shot to have a legitimate top 3 recruiting class nationally.
We're going to see. It's going to be interesting. Right. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this thing unfolds, to say the least. But anyway, Steve, I got to dive into one NBA thing with you. Draymond Green, who I led the show off with, who I think is the most overrated player in the history of basketball. But anyway, he got fined $50,000 for yelling betting spreads at referees. I didn't see it and hear about it because I've been moving around, but I wanted to bring this full circle. Smitty, you got context to this?
No, I mean, I saw this video. This was at the end of the game. Was this 3? Maybe it was like the end of the game. The game's pretty much over, and then I think he was just trolling the refs or something. And this quote right here, 5.5. I know what y'all doing. Like talking about the point spread. So I don't know if he's insinuating that they're doing something on purpose to like help the spread or manipulate the spread, but he got fined for it.
This is why I want to bring this full circle with Steve. Steve, Pete Rose getting inducted into the Hall of Fame the other day is the biggest slap in the face in the history of my lifetime.
That hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, right. Being really, I don't believe he's eligible till 27 for the hearing, which is crazy. If you're gonna release him, at least make him an instant Hall of Famer. Then, like, it's a slap in the face. And then you let all these other old cats, 100-year-old Shoeless Joe in, and all this shit. But aren't these guys getting suspended every year for betting, for some sort of betting scandal? NFL, NBA, Porter's brother in the NBA. We got three receivers in the NFL have been suspended for multiple games, multiple times. And now all of a sudden this happens. But Pete Rose, the whole betting thing needs to just either be allowed or just your automatic lifetime ban, one or the other. But this is ridiculous for you to let Pete Rose in now when this shit is in our face every day in professional sports. And they're sponsored by DraftKings and FanDuel, Steve. Like, it's a joke. I don't know. Well, I want to get your take on Pete Rose more than Draymond Green, but
I wish they would have done
that.
this when he was alive. But again, his induction into Cooperstown is not guaranteed. Now, as far as I'm concerned, he needed to be in there. He's paid his penance. It's 35, 40 years nearly that he served whatever sentence or whatever you want to call it. He's now passed away. He won't even be able to enjoy the process. He'll have to go in posthumously. I just think if you look at the numbers Pete Rose put up, it's a legendary career. And I'll go a step further. Me and Whitlock talked about this yesterday. A Hall of Fame without him, A-Rod, especially Barry Lamar Bonds, Roger Clemens, to me, is not a complete Hall of Fame. Yep. You can say what you want, but there have been other players that we all knew were at least suspicious when it came to PEDs. We cannot be naive about this. So, when it comes to Pete Rose, there's still going to be writers, though. They're gonna have a hard line and say, no, he broke one of the cardinal rules of baseball: no gambling. So it's not a guarantee he's in there, Coach.
Oh no, I agree. I agree with you. I just it's 27. I'm reading right here. 27 is when he's actually they'll vote on it again, where he's back in the front of everybody. So I just don't understand the timing of it. Is all I'm saying. Like, it's ridiculous. He went on Brett Boone's show not too long ago and told him straight on his show, because Brett shared it yesterday and I saw it. He was like, "Oh, they'll put me in when I die." Like, he said it on his show. Crazy. But anyway.
By the way, as it relates to Draymond, I mean, I don't know if he's overrated. I've always asked people when I hear he's overrated, I said, well, how high do you rate him? I mean, I need to know. I've never thought of him as an all-time great. I think he's a very good defensive player. He's exactly what that team needs based on how they play the game, the other offensive players. Generally, your power forward has to be an enforcer. He's not going to get the ball. There's going to be no plays called for him. He has to pick up scraps, and he has to do a lot of the dirty work. I actually think Draymond's played that role very well. He guards the rim pretty well for a guy his size. Defensively, he battles. And now there is a downside to a lot of what he does, but you can't have too many guys who actually think that they're a primary option on offense. You have to be able to defer. I think Draymond's actually done a pretty good job at doing that for much of his career.
I just don't think when you're talking Hall of Famer, though, when Smitty and I argue about it, like,
that's a tougher one.
I got to translate. You got to be able to go to any team for me and be somewhat impactful as a player to be a Hall of Famer. He ain't going to Charlotte, Washington, Brooklyn, and being a guy. He's gonna be the guy we saw the last 4 games when they lost
would
4
be
in a row.
Impactful on any team, but yeah, you put him in a team that's like Charlotte, who's not that good. We won't. The impact wouldn't matter because they don't have the tools around him to be good enough. Just like if you put Ben Wallace if you put Ben Wallace on a shitty team, he would make an impact, but that team would still be shitty. Like, to Steve's point, you need scorers, you need enforcers, you need all the pieces. Draymond by himself isn't some mega superstar, but we've seen the history of the sport where we had great defenders who did not score. Ben Wallace could not shoot. He did not score anything, but he was a great defender.
Yeah,
great leader, and we know his impact. And he's a Hall of Famer. So I'm saying that's a prime example right there.
And I'm gonna be honest, like, I believe the NFL is getting more laxed. Even Deion Sanders has said it, but other people have said it too. Like, the NFL Hall of Fame criteria now has been way, mediocrity is the new excellence. Like I say, the NBA is the worst of all of them.
Well, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and that includes the international play.
International, college, even, I think.
Yeah,
So,
it's a little different.
It's not just NBA.
I just think everybody gets in.
Win world championships.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different, Coach.
Nah, it is. I just think anybody gets in. Everybody
I've
gets
been saying Draymond got 4 rings, Defensive Player of the Year, 9-time All Defense Team. That's going to play a huge role. I'm just
saying,
to anybody else that's similar to him. He's right there, numbers wise.
I get it.
Points, everything. So
I get it. I just saw him without the star though for 4 games, and he couldn't stave off elimination just one time.
He's not a scorer. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I get it, but you got to be able to be a better player. Make your team better, homie. You're a Hall of Famer.
He did. They just wasn't good enough still.
They look worse.
Dave Smith, the sports god. Shout out to him. He had taught me something about basketball. This guy knows basketball very well.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave Smith once said about a guy like Lamar Odom, if Lamar Odom is your best player, you're kind of a bad team. If he's your second best player, you're not as bad. If he's your third best player, you might be pretty good. But if he's your 4th or 5th best player, you have a chance to be really, really good. Because what Lamar did was going to be a compliment to every single other piece of that team. But if you're going to depend on Lamar to be a consistent 20 to 25 point a game scorer, that wasn't his role. And that's why Lamar was perfect as a 6th man for those really good Laker teams. But you saw what happened when he was a Clipper, and they said, be one of the 2 or 3 best players every night. It didn't fit him. He just was not great at that role.
I'm just looking at the stat lines and shit from this series right now, so I can't see you guys. But here's the thing, though. Julius Randle was arguably the MVP of this series. He dominated Draymond Green on the block, on the perimeter, every which way. And if you're a defensive stopper that's supposed to do your role, at least do your thing without Steph Curry, then at least eliminate their biggest threat in this series when Anthony Edwards had the worst series of his young career in the playoffs.
Well, that I don't disagree with. If he struggles defensively, that's his specialty.
Also, Draymond wasn't the primary defender on Randall. Draymond guarded multiple people. I watched the game.
But let me ask you this, Steve. I did too, Steve Smitty. But let me ask you this: Is Julius Randle a Hall of Famer then?
No, no one said that either. He's become a really good NBA player. People forget he was drafted by the Lakers. Right. I remember his first game. I think he broke his foot 5 minutes into it.
Ankle,
and missed 81 games. Yeah. But when it comes to all-time defenders, look, Draymond's effective. He's not Dennis Rodman. Rodman, at various points of his career, early on when he had stringy, twitchy legs, he could guard 1, 2, and 3. Then as he got a little bit bigger, a little heavier, a little older, he could certainly guard 4s. And if the team went small, he could neutralize a lot of 5s.
I just got to ask.
Can't do in this era. I'm being honest.
And the only reason I asked about Randall is like, and I'm being smart ass, but like Randall's a better basketball player. Like it's not even close, and he is never
skilled offensively.
And Steve, Steve, he'll never probably be on a team to win titles, so he'll never be in the consideration of a Hall of Famer.
He's on a team right now that can win a title. They're in the Western Conference Finals.
Okay, so again, has he sniffed a title yet? No. And my point is, he'll never be considered a Hall of Famer or even in the conversation, and he's a better basketball player than Draymond Green is. My point.
No, it's a different conversation. Man. Like, are we talking about
Draymond Green is sorry?
No, I'm saying, are we talking about, hey, let's meet outside on the court on the blacktop? Who's the best hooper? That's one conversation that's completely different. Because if that's the case, there's 1,000 players better than Robin, 1,000 players better than Ben Wallace.
Oh, you're saying it's because of the team.
Team sport. We're asking about who's in their role. It's different conversation.
This version of Julius Randle was on the 2014-15 to the 2019-20, or even a couple years ago when they won it, the version of the Splash Brothers. Could Julius Randle sacrifice and be willing to take less shots to play the exact same role Draymond did? In other words, I'm never getting the ball in the post. They're never going to clear out for me. I can't put my hand up. They'll be like, yeah, set a screen. You're not getting the ball here. And then take on every single tough role, setting screens, getting in the way, butchering a guy when you have to. Can he really play that role? He's a better skilled player. There's no doubt.
I don't think
we're talking about a specific role on a
Playmate
really good
as well.
To that question, hell no. I agree with you.
Golden State. Like,
But
when you watch how they run their offense,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like the point guard.
But I gotta only rebuttal. We'll move on. But only rebuttal I have is, so you're telling me then his team has made him a Hall of Famer. I didn't know the team criteria made you a Hall of Famer. I thought you were a best player.
That plays a role though.
But it shouldn't.
Like, if Ben Wallace wasn't on the Pistons, I don't know for sure he's a Hall of Famer. I'm just being honest with you. Like,
I don't agree he is anyway.
I don't know.
I don't think Ben Wallace is anyway. That's me again though. So anyway.
If Dennis Rodman doesn't have that, I know he was really good with the Pistons, but that run with the Bulls is what really solidified him. I don't know I'm just saying, I don't like living in the world of what ifs. We don't know. Your team matters though. That plays a role.
Yeah.
They always say, what about the rings he won? And wait a minute, that's not an individual stat. Right? To your point, Smitty, I see guys getting credit for being on championship teams, and I'm like, again, but this is not a team honor going into the Hall of Fame. See, I agree with you, Smitty. There are players that have been really, I don't say lucky, but they are key components of championship or dynasty type of organizations, and they get credit for it.
I don't think Smitty even realizes how good Rodman was in Detroit, man. Smitty wasn't even around. He didn't even know. He didn't know when Isaiah got hurt. Rodman carried the fucking team. Draymond did it.
I don't know about that.
Steve, Smitty, hold on, Steve.
Joe fucking Dumars, right, Steve?
No, stop.
By the way, Joe Dumars.
I'm a fucking basketball.
He keeps bringing up Joe Dumars, Steve. Hey, Steve. He brings up Joe Dumars, but he dismisses the fact that they traded for fucking KD and Jimmy Butler. It's funny how he dismisses those guys and brings up Joe Dumars.
Okay, that has nothing to do with Joe Dumars, but I mean, give me a break. Guys, Joe Dumars is one of the few guys that Jordan respected. Always played Jordan very
guy.
solid.
Thank you.
Defense.
Thank you. Score. I love Steve. Because Steve comes in with zero emotions. Steve, he's not trying to like favorite. He's gonna come in and just tell you what it is. Say, like, it's gonna be stats, it's gonna be facts. My co-host, he uses emotions, he gets all over the place. So that's why I love Steve Kimmel here.
Coach, the other thing about those Piston teams is a guy that I hated. He was dastardly, he was dirty. I think even dirtier than Draymond to us. Bill Laimbeer could play. People forget. He could score too. He's one of the original stretch fours. That guy had 3-point range. In today's game, he would be very effective spotting up because he could hit, he could pick, he could pop. And he couldn't really jump, but his ability or willingness to be dirty, he dissuaded a lot of people from coming inside that paint and going to the basket because they're like, you know what, I don't want to get hit across the face.
Right.
So
I'm just telling you.
Your credit. He was good.
Here's the thing. I specifically used to watch that team, that Detroit team, and I'm just going to be honest. If you look up the stat lines, they didn't win without Dennis Rodman. Joe Dumars was dispensable. Not Rodman. Rodman was the guy. I don't want to. Smitty keeps comparing Rodman to Draymond Green. It's not even fucking close. Rodman could score 45 points early in his career.
As the guy.
By the way, because there's not close.
And you said Rodman carried the team. I called Cap. He didn't carry the team.
I did not. Anyway.
Yeah, but here's the thing why Rodman could be Rodman. And I agree with you. But Coach, they had Adrian Dantley, who was a unbelievable matchup problem. 6'4", the best post guy, and he was the one guy the Lakers had a lot of. Then they traded for Mark Aguirre.
Yes.
So Aguirre, he was a multiple-time All-Star. And then you had Buda Edwards, quality big man, could have started for at least 15 teams in his era. Then you had Spider Sally, really good at his role.
Vinny.
So again, like if Rodman was supposed to be, let's say Rodman was drafted by another team, and they said, "Hey, you're the second best player, and you're going to get a lot of offensive touches." It would not have worked, Coach.
Thank you.
Steve. You're only Steve. We're moving on because Smitty doesn't tell the whole story. He doesn't tell the whole story. He kind of loves to miss that. All I said was Draymond couldn't win one game to stave off the battle for the leader of the pack to return to win the war. That's all I started the show off with. One out of game. So they won game one in Minnesota. Steph gets hurt after that game. They lose 4 straight.
Well, let me ask you this.
He got hurt in the second quarter. That was the game Draymond won. He got hurt in the second quarter. He missed the whole game.
Steve, my point was
the game he won, actually.
Okay. Pipe down, YouTuber. Here's what I had to say. Dennis Rodman, Steve, as you know, when Isaiah went down in the playoffs that game, we had Joe Dumars, of course, and Adrian Dantley. Rodman won a game or 2 or 3 without Isaiah Thomas.
I don't remember an 88 saying, "Wow, Rodman."
No, I listen. I get what you're, but you know what? My point of this whole thing is, without the star, the guy staved off elimination. Many other guys did. Draymond couldn't do it one time.
Oh no, you actually gave me ammo. The game Steph got hurt. He got hurt at the beginning of the second quarter. He missed that entire game and they won. So that's the game that Draymond they won. And then 2 games ago, they were fucking 2 plays away from winning. But again, you don't care about context.
Well, I have a question, guys. Who's a better player? Draymond Green or Pau Gasol?
Pau all day. Not even close.
Who's a better player?
Not even close. Not even close. Stop. Not even close.
Come on.
It's Powell, but it's hard. The reason why I'm thinking they're completely different players.
They are, but I'll say
completely
this:
different.
Pau Gasol could have been a 4th or 5th best player because he's a very unselfish guy. Kobe Bryant does not have rings 4 and 5 without the Spaniard. He doesn't. Yeah. His ability to play outside, post up a little bit. You can play high post. You can play screen roll. You could dump it into. And you know what? There's an argument when they beat the Celtics in 2010. Powell was pretty close to being the MVP of that series. He battled Kevin Garnett. High basketball.
Because the year before he got dominated by Garnett.
And I know inside, he was getting.
Well, no. That's 2008. Because 2009 they beat Orlando. And I tell you what, he had a lot of success against Dwight Howard, who was at the top of his game defensively.
Yeah,
I guarantee if Kobe Bryant was alive today, you asked him who's the smartest teammate you ever had, I would say Powell would be very close to being number 1.
Probably so. No, I love Powell. I'm not disrespecting Powell. Yeah.
And by the way, me going at Jimmy Butler is a whole nother show. Latrell in the chat, we already know he's a bitch. So anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. We got. Hey, Steve, real quick. Charles Barkley went on Outkick. I just want to get your take because I don't know if I heard you yet. Charles Barkley went on Outkick with Dan Dockich. Basically said ESPN will not control me. Pulling off of Pat McAfee live on air. Stephen A. went out basically yesterday on his podcast and basically kind of called out Barkley and said, well, I don't know why he's coming at me saying he won't be able to control me, etc., blah, blah, blah. Stephen A's playing like a political role right now, getting ready for his presidency run, I guess. Is that what he's doing? I don't know. But
no,
Barkley,
I think he's jealous of Sir Charles. Sir Charles has made it clear. He has said this for 15 years. I'm not working at ESPN. They're not making me work hard. I'm not going through that car wash. Are you crazy? No, I've always thought it was a bad fit. Me and Whitlock talked about this last year when everyone talked about the dissolution of that show, that iconic Inside the NBA. And my suggestion was, I don't know the contractual obligations everyone has, from Gus Johnson to Jet, Shaq, and Charles. I would have just started my own YouTube channel and built out my own network the way Shannon Sharp did and said, okay, we're going to do our own show our way. That show does not fit on ESPN. Number 1, there's no women, so they don't like that. Number 2, it's too damn honest. And there's nobody is going to shackle or muzzle Sir Charles. And he's flat out saying, you're not overworking me. You're not going to censor me. I'm going to be me because I have FU money. And if you don't like it, well, FU.
Hey, Smitty kind of said leverage. Smitty said that about McAfee, saying that's basically what McAfee has said.
Yeah, leverage.
Stephen A's trying to do that now when he got his new deal. Now he goes on political shows and he's basically saying what Barkley said, though, without saying it, right? Doesn't seem
right. And look, Barkley flat out said, and they have that meathead over there who's brain dead and Kendrick Perkins. Okay, well, I don't think those two will be on a show together.
I know. Right. Barkley called him out. Here's a video of it real quick. I want to see this one. Bailey, show the Barkley video.
You're going to ESPN, and you've been critical of ESPN. What are your thoughts as this is your last season heading over?
Yeah, Dan, I'm not going to change. I'm going to do what I want to do. Nobody's going to tell me what to say or what to do. They can't fire me. I make too much money to get fired. First of all, they fire me. They got to pay me for 7 years, and I'm going to quit way before then. But if they want to fire me, I would love for them to do that. The only decision we've been making is how long I'm going to work, and I've been going back and forth with TNT for the last 2 months, or whether I'm gonna work 2 years or 3 years. But if I really wanted to, I could stay for 7 years, which there's no chance of that happening. Zero. Because my biggest concern, I'm not even worried about ESPN or anybody like that. I'm worried about the people here at Turner. I want to make sure they got a job. That was my only concern, because this was supposed to be my last year. And I didn't think we were stupid enough to lose the NBA contract. It would have been a smooth transition for me to walk away at the end of the year. I was going to pass the torch to Vince Carter or Jamal Crawford. The only reason I'm hanging around is to make sure the people who I love and work with for the last 25 years got a job. That's the only reason. And it has nothing to do with ESPN or TNT. I just want to make sure the people I work with got a job.
That's a real dude right there, boy.
The issue is Stephen A came out on his show that aired, I believe, yesterday or something, and basically kind of came at Barkley. So I just, it's funny that he doesn't.
Hold on, Stephen A. You're the highest paid employee at that network.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You have an obligation and a responsibility to earn that money. Charles is Charles. And Charles has said, you're not doing it to me, and I'll walk away. So he has some guts. So Stephen A., unless you have those guts, don't judge Charles Barkley. That man, if he wants to golf 54 holes a day and drink Coors Light all the time, guess what? He will live with those decisions. It's that simple.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to see the Stephen A thing. We'll have to watch it another day. But he came out on his own show and I guess blasted Barkley. I'm curious how this transition works, Smitty. I don't know, because Barkley's called out Stephen A. He's called out Kendrick Perkins. Now Stephen A's calling out Barkley.
They went back and forth for a while. Yeah, Kendrick has said something back, and we're gonna see each other in person. It's been going on for months, really all year long. It's been like. So I am curious to see how this is going to work, because I know ESPN, they're going to want to use Charles for their different shows. They're going to want to use Shaq for different shows, but Charles is saying,
I don't think Barkley's going to. I don't think they'll do any other show other than their own. And Steve, if I'm mistaken, they're going to do. It's going to probably be an evening show, obviously, when they do it. So I doubt anyone else is ever even at the studio when they do it, because they're going to have their own deal, their own nighttime vibe. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that's the best.
But ESPN would say something brutally honest that you're probably not allowed to at the 4-letter network, and all the crybabies out there would start crying.
Disney.
Right, and he'd be like, look, this is who I am. I've always thought that was a very unusual bad fit. If I was Charles Barkley and Gus Johnson, Shaq, and the Jet, I would get together and say, is there any way that we can create our own network or show just specifically devoted to this? We don't even have to build it out. Let's just, if we want to do our own post-game, pre-game, trust me, they'd get credentialed to every game. They'd have resources. They could buy their own studio. They could have complete creative control. The problem is, I think with Gus Johnson, he's probably tied to a network. He may not be able to do that.
Ernie Johnson? Yeah.
Yeah, Ernie. Yes, Ernie, not Gus. Oh my Gus Johnson's I love Gus though.
I love Gus too.
He was a good boxing announcer for a short while.
Yeah. So
no doubt.
Speaking of boxing too, JB, I know earlier you had I heard you and Bailey talking behind the scenes about a certain video clip that's circulating, and you want to see if it was real or not from Steve. Do we have that video clip of Terrence Crawford? Is this fake? Is this AI?
No, I think that's real. I'm just wondering, were they playing around or were they really squabbling? Terrence is one of the few boxers I think could actually be pretty good in an octagon. He has a bit of a wrestling background. His kids are into it. Terrence has got rare strength. He's got natural country strength, and he knows how to grapple. He understands risk control, leverage. That is a guy I would not want to get into a street fight with.
So is this real?
He's good off his feet.
This is real.
I believe so. Yes.
And what happened? Do you know the whole context?
Well, I think that's one of Devin Haney's cronies, and I see the snack logo in the back. And by the way, use promo code K9Kim at snack.com to get 25% off all. Again.
There you go.
So the thing is, again, I don't know if they're playing around, horsing around, or if that was real conflict. But Terrence is one of those guys. He's about 2.5 times stronger than his body weight.
Yeah,
I've seen him deadlift like 450. Well, and he's a 147 pounder. I'm just like, wow, it's pretty good.
Is this old?
Jeez, they just tossed him like a rag. Look at this.
I'm trying to look at Terrence like haircut to see like is this like an old video that just circulated or what?
Yeah, I don't know when that's from, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. But he's beating him up though.
And he slammed that motherfucker.
But he
several times
for a minute first, then slammed me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, these guys can't get underneath him. He knows leverage.
That's crazy. He's fighting Canelo, right?
Canelo, and it looks like September 13th on a Saturday. What a buzzkill.
And they're still trying to figure out the location, right? It's between LA, Vegas, New York, and somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I've even heard that the LA Coliseum's in play. They've talked about the Rose Bowl, but here's the problem with that. I thought it was going to be on a Friday so I could go to Vegas and then make the drive down to JB's house, Football Palooza. Turkey, you better understand one thing. College football matters. And Miami has the big Florida showdown with the University of South Florida. I'm conflicted. I may not even be at the fight.
Yeah, Steve, I know you love the U.
What?
But the U versus USF? Is that you?
South
USF?
Florida Bulls.
That
Sunshine
game ain't not
battle.
more
It's
important
a
than
rivalry.
Canelo versus Terrence
Historic
Crawford.
rivalries in college football.
Steve, Ball State, we beat USF back in 2013 when I was there. We're not worried about y'all not worried about USF. That's a blowout.
I get 12 games a year, then an ACC title game, and then the playoffs, then a national. I only get 16, 17 games as far as I'm concerned at most. Why affect me?
Only
one Terrence Crawford, one Canelo fight too.
I love it. There's only so many football paloozas, Steve.
Yeah, I know.
You always throw paloozas. If I said maybe throw one this weekend, you would have found a reason to throw it. I
would, especially when it's shitty out on the water. Hey, Steve, I got to ask you. Speaking of Barkley again, he came out and made some comments about Auburn and the NIL, and basically said, "I've given more money to Auburn than any fucking human being on earth. And if you think you're going to corner me into the corner and say I need to pay a few $1 million a year so football and basketball can win a few games, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life," is what he said. He's basically done with supporting this model, is what I think he's alluding to. The model.
He's flat out saying, whatever check I write you, that's been my NIL, and it's going to stay the NIL. There's no such thing as two checks now. Here's my regular check, and now my NIL to get a power forward or a quarterback. He's saying, I give you a lot of money. You figure it out, and I think that's completely fair.
I agree. Like he said right there too. Legal or illegal?
Right. He's been a good Tiger.
Hell yeah.
He's given War Eagle dollars. He's okay.
We had Curtis Johnson on yesterday, the head coach for the UFL Texas Roughnecks. And
wide receiver coach. Did a hell of a job for us.
Told some great Miami stories. He brought a lot of dudes into Miami. He also recruited Marshall.
Louisiana pipeline before
Louisiana, yep. Marshall Faulk.
Saban got there.
Yep.
Miami was raiding Louisiana because LSU was not the brand, and it was a wide open swath of talent from Ed Reed, Reggie Wayne, and we always felt like we can get a guy there. But as soon as Saban got there, that spigot got turned off. It got dry.
Hey, he told me Marshall would have been a hurricane as well if he didn't go to San Diego State.
Well, that genius Dennis Erickson wanted him at cornerback.
Yeah,
So,
it's interesting. It's funny.
Erickson.
Hey,
it's so lucky Jimmy Johnson left him a squad. Jesus.
Man, well, shit. Hey, Steve, before you get out of here, Deion Sanders is going to star in a new Netflix documentary titled Prime Time, coming out next year. And it's going to have 3 60-minute episodes. Interested in watching that?
Now, is it going to be basically a reality show that follows him around?
I don't know.
I'm
don't
not
they
sure.
already have well-off media run by his son? I mean, do we need another? By the way, I give Deion credit, and this is how your perspective changes throughout the years. He is now saying he basically wants a salary cap on the NIL, right? He would have never advocated for that as a player at Florida State. I think that's interesting.
Hell no. He's been saying that too. And that's why I think that's what a lot of people came out and was like.
But he's been honest about it. I actually agree with Deion. He has said for at least 3 years, NIL is pay for play. There's less than 5 players across the country in college football that if they're walking down Main Street, someone would say, hey, that's such and such. And that's what NIL was intended for. I find it interesting that Deion is not completely pro player on this NIL issue because he understands as a coach, There's a lot of ramifications to the way the business is run today. By the way, we had Joe Tessitore on the show, the 3 knockdown rule with Mario Lopez. We actually talked about the landscape of college football, and Joe, very connected guy. Trust me, he had some interesting things to say about the state of college football and how we may want to try to adjust or fix the overall industry.
Make sure y'all check that out, y'all. Make sure y'all tune in. 3 knockdown rule. Are you on Whitlock today too?
I don't think I am. I'm actually doing Bailey's show later. I got to get some work done here in the early morning, and then I'll just get on with the rest of my day. I'll be writing my next Canine's Corner for snack.com. It'll be on Tom Loeffler, his upcoming show on Saturday at the Commerce Casino. So I got some stuff to do later.
Hey, head on over to Bailey's show. Bailey's asked Steve to come on for a few minutes on some Miami U news on Bailey's show. So head on over to Bailey. Bailey also has another guest on to talk some football. So make sure you head on over there today, Bailey Price Media. Steve, we'll see you over the weekend.
See you next week.
Enjoy. See you next week, brother. Appreciate you. Peace. The Korean Cosell himself.
Stephen Kim.
Steve Kim.
We'll talk about our next guest. Come on, 8:30.
8:30, yeah, to end the show.
Cool. I got a little time, do a little break, move my car. I ain't moved my car last break.
You don't need
give
break.
me a granola bar, do some push-ups, piss, water. I'm gonna be good to go. What the hell is so far?
It's the one time I need a Gatorade.
I know you super. You need some electrolyte. You look sick as shit.
But Gatorade's got so much bullshit in it now.
So much sugar, homie. Don't get no Gatorade, homie.
Have you seen the Gatorade in London versus the Gatorade here?
Nah.
Same bottle, same everything, but then you turn it around and look at the back.
Yeah.
Homie, it's so it's fucking wild, dog.
They killing us out here, bro.
They've been trying to kill us. Y'all.
Here. You know, it's crazy. I know people that'll go on vacation to Europe or whatever, and they'll eat whatever, but they'll lose weight. And it'd be like pizza. It'd be like
and don't get tired. And don't get tired.
Exactly.
We get tired, homie, from all the fucking
GMOs.
It's the GMOs, homie. It's all.
Sometimes that's why it'd be hard to lose weight out here. Even when you think you eating healthy, it don't be healthy for real. The only way to really be healthy is if
you eat out every day.
Farmland.
You eat out every day, though. You're never gonna lose weight eating out every day. That's all you do. You do traffic videos on Instagram with food videos right accompanying that video. So all you do is drive in a car, so you don't move, walk, run, and then you eat. So you're eating, then you get in the car. Obviously, that's how it has to work. Or you're in the car, goes to eat, and back in the car. So that's only content videos you do. So it's farmer's market, out at a restaurant, tag the restaurant. Hopefully they pay you. Then you go get in the car. You need to start tagging. You see that freeway commercial? I sent you some history right there last night. I sent you on Instagram about the 405, the 110, the 101, the LA freeways, how it started. The fucking nation, by the way. We're the first freeway system in America. Throwing that out there. But anyway, that's why you're fat, homie. And you're 5'9", so to boot. So it's
I'm
not
gonna do a video later on of a steakhouse and see if my fans can guess where I was eating at.
I'm gonna pull up.
You ain't gonna pull up. You ain't gonna know where I'm gonna be at.
Oh, I know where it is. Homie, I know where you are at all day.
Jesse, you fatter than me, homie. That's crazy. Thing. You a quarterback. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, how am I a D lineman, D tackle, and I weigh less than you? That's crazy, homie.
It's like recruiting, homie, per capita.
Per capita.
I don't understand. Yeah, per capita, homie. I'm 6'3".
You 6'2", but we'll give it to you.
6'3.5". You're 5'9.5",
homie. 6 foot. I'm 6 foot, homie. I'm 6 foot.
You get how it works per capita, homie.
6 foot, homie.
I'm much more athletic. But
I look better. I'm lean.
No, you're not.
You weigh more and you're flabby.
I'm not flabby at all.
I weigh less and I'm solid.
Yeah, I'm not flabby at all.
Make that make sense.
I've never been flabby, by the way. I could be out of shape, fat in a certain area, but I've never been flabby. Like, I'm an athlete. Like you said, my boy Porsche drink beer in his gut. That same shit. Like, I'm still athletic. Like,
you look like those guys that like
solid.
Your body shaped like those guys that got real big and then lost the weight and need to get like
like I know you're talking like Schlereth and them.
Who?
Like Schlereth and them, Mark Schlereth or whatever.
Don't do that. That's my homie. Don't do that. Stink. Shout out to Stink Fox Sports. That's my guy.
Yeah, you know, but you know what I'm talking about. You know, after a lineman and playing the foot in the league, you got a lot of weight. You want to lose, and then a lot of cats lose weight so fast that they just become like real loosey. Like, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. That's far from me. Far from me.
Y'all be mentioning Fox guys though.
Hey, real quick, I don't know if you've seen this particular social media, the schedule release and all the PR stuff that we watch every year by NFL teams.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen I just put it in the chat, Bailey, for you. Have you seen the Giants one?
No, I haven't.
It's kind of crazy what they did. They actually did a pretty nice one too. We got to rethink who the best social media marketing team is, because the Colts, to me, up the Chargers, and we know the Chargers have been killing it for some years. But their shit yesterday that we saw today on this show is better.
I ain't get a chance to even look at all the Chargers. Like, we showed a 7-second clip, so I didn't even get a chance to even really see
I know
what the Chargers did.
But take a look before we take a break. Look at what the New York Giants are trying to do with their new addition this offseason.
Okay, you guys ready for this?
This is really nice. I'm built for this.
This thing started, y'all. Like my hair? I was due for a blowout. Hi, I'm Destiny, but everyone calls me Dynasty. My favorite animals are zebras. I love the stripes.
The champ is here. Name's J-E-O-Y, Joey. Go Birds! They're gonna love my body. Look at this push. Camera guy, push in right here. I'm a pretty intense guy. Probably the most intense guy here.
I'm actually a pretty nice fellow. It's just that I tend to get a bit intense from time to time. No one understands me! 4 hours of makeup daily.
Big analytics guy, all about maximizing optionality. I like to wind down my days listening to Alpha Male Bro podcasts while practicing extreme meditation.
I'm gonna be America's sweetheart. I can guarantee it. Yeah! I've never said this before, but this is gonna be my year.
I waited my entire life for that special one, but this time, it feels different.
I've always been in long-lasting relationships, but now I truly have love. What can I say? I love love.
My hobbies include beardscaping, dehydrating food, rehydrating food, churning my own butter, generating my own electricity. I like to keep my feet in the clouds and my head in the sand. Wait, I think I got that backwards. I guess I have to share my space, but that's okay.
No, it's literally the worst.
You think I'm wicked hot now. You should have seen me 12 years ago.
Boston.
That's my buddy Ben. Oh, now Matt, group chat. Hey, Mark, say hi to your mother for me, okay? I gotta go. I'm doing a thing. Hi, I'm Robert, Robbie, Bob, or Bobby. Hey, whatever you want to call me, it's okay. I'm generational, baby.
Magic.
I've been down for so long, it's finally my time.
Eminem.
It's my one shot, my one opportunity. I'm built tough.
Who
that? Just threw a big party. I ain't sucked in months.
My name is Sven, and I will kill all my enemies with kindness. I live by an old family credo. Straight cash, homie.
Homie.
That's hard.
That shit killed it. By the way, I don't like the Raiders one because that's my homeboy that's actually underneath the real paint. He's been on the show before.
The real one is
you know he lives like right here.
Really? Like right there? Like
he's the biggest Raider. You know the guy that paints with that's the real guy though lives right here. Yeah, he's my homie.
So that means if he's your neighbor, he's 2798 Riverside Avenue. Gotcha.
Yeah, he's by my house. He's right by my house.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's a real cat too. By the way, that was the best one. And basically, Dayball's like everybody's rhymes with hey.
I think he called everybody soft.
What happened?
I think he called everybody soft.
I think he said everybody rhymes with hey, and I love it. I love Brian Dayball.
That was a good creative video.
That was a good video right there. I shout out to the Giants.
Yeah, Eminem.
They might win. They might win it all now. They might win it all now.
I don't think they'll win it all, but that was a good video though. And before we go to this break, man, if you guys saw there's a legislation that I think is getting passed by that porn may be eliminated. So I only reason I brought that up is because we were talking about it earlier, and it might be getting
what?
I'll send it to you. porn might be getting removed.
Well, it's already removed. Texas already trying to get rid of Pornhub.
It might be like a whole countrywide thing. You know.
Well, Pornhub is a Canadian thing. So,
but not just Pornhub though. It's about porn.
So, like, name the sites again that you like? You said X.
No, I don't watch it no more. So
XXL or whatever. You said them all on the show before.
Somebody in the chat, like Jazzy, put like XNX.
Nah,
Lucy said XNXX. I didn't say nothing.
No. Oh, so you said, say it again. You said it real quick.
Lucy said something like XNX or something like that. I don't know.
Don't say something like it. Don't say something like it. You just said it.
And then you said something like
You said it fast as fuck. Like you knew exactly
what did you say. You said like Reddit or something. I don't know. Like
you said people that don't want to get caught cheating on their husbands or wives go to Reddit and can download everything and see everything real easily on Reddit. You taught me about Reddit, so I didn't know anything about it.
You told me X videos. That's something you said.
No, you actually said this video of you saying it. That was the first time I ever heard of X videos. So shout out to you.
No, shout out to you. I didn't.
Shout out to you for hipping me.
You always tell me that like Twitter on your
thanks for hipping me. Thanks for hipping me too. X video.
I appreciate you tell me that.
Huh?
You said on your Twitter. That's all you be watching on your Twitter. So
X hamster. Fuck is that name? X hamster sounds crazy name, by the way.
All this shit may be removed though. So
who go
ahead and get y'all nuts out now, cause
Trump will save it.
No, I think Trump. I think the Republicans are the ones that's trying to cancel it.
Good then.
You just said Trump will save it, and you was like, "Cool." And then when I said they're canceling, you said, "Good." So that shows that right there is exactly what politics is. That's right there.
That's why I did. I could be a producer. I could be a producer. That's why I say politicians and priests, the most crooked motherfuckers on planet Earth. I mean, I just proved to you in my great production skills.
That was good.
How you do it. That's how you do it.
We should never talk about on the show either side because they all.
But you brought it up. You brought it up.
Phony.
But you brought it up.
Either side.
But you brought it up.
Defend either side because we don't know all the intricate like detail that really goes on behind.
Until you need them. Until you need Trump to like save TikTok or something like that. Then you talk about it.
I'm pissed he saved it. It made my job harder. I was hoping it was gonna get canceled. I was excited. I'm pissed off. That's another thing I'm pissed off at Trump about. So it's what it is.
I think.
But yeah, we go to break. I'm gonna go ahead and move my car. Give me a chocolate chip.
Get you a
bar. Go from there.
You already ate, don't we?
No, I didn't. I haven't ate nothing yet. I'm hungry as shit.
Why are you always so hungry in the morning though?
I really don't be. Like, I'm not a big breakfast guy, believe it or not. I'm really not. I just like now we've been doing the show for so long. I wake up at like 4, just no alarm, nothing.
Me too. Yeah, exactly. I taught you exactly.
Now I lay around, but I be up. So it's like
I haven't slept because I almost died overnight.
Yeah,
so I didn't sleep. I swear to God, I was like, oh shit, it might be it.
That would have been crazy. I would have stood to the show. So
I was gonna tweet you. I was gonna like tweet and say it's my last shit. Like I don't know what to do. Like what did I really
shit, literally?
So really, what happens if that happens? Like if I just something happens, I just die. Like right.
Only issue is like all the.
Do I tweet though? Do I send out like a tweet or how do I
go live? Go IG live.
Oh, that'd be rough. I'm saying though, like how do I get my story out that I'm dying at the end? Like that's it.
IG live, and then I'll take whatever you say, and then I'll do a whole documentary on it on Netflix.
So I go Twitter live or whatever live.
I think IG live or TikTok live. So we got video of your last moments, because that'll be an important part of having a documentary. And then I'll use all your history.
Sounds like you're trying to benefit off my downfall and then put it on this show. Because you still have Bailey.
No sense to not benefit.
You still have Bailey and still have access to the show. So I think there's a scam going on here.
But you know what? We don't have access to your money though. So like unless
you would get it. You would get it though.
No, we wouldn't. Like unless you write something in your will that would allow like me to take over or whatever, we wouldn't get it.
My wheel?
Yeah. We'll be back and forth, man. I'm gonna move my car real quick for my girl get home, and then we'll come back. More JB Show with Big Smitty.
Peace. Hey, well, fuck it. I'll go home tonight. I'll drink my yak and smoke my stick, and I'll get it back cracking.
There's a video going around of Oklahoma State head coach Mike Gundy, who had to move his press conference to a Zoom after getting headbutted by his cow.
To a zoo? To a zoo?
To a Zoom.
Well,
Check this
I
out,
had a
homie.
little run-in with my cattle over the weekend, and I guess they've been watching us play and got headbutted. So I've got a bad eye that I didn't think would be particularly enjoyable for people when they were looking at my pretty face in a live interview. But more importantly, it's full of blood and I get dizzy, and so it's not easy to be upright and be in a normal function. But other than that, I'm doing great.
Other than that, I'm doing great. I'm gonna start with JB first, and then T Rich. I want you to get a little chance to kind of, get your thoughts all together. I see you're calculating right now. JB, what's going on with Mike Gundy? It seems like it's always just something with him, his program, it's something weird. He got headbutted by his cow. Moo. What's your take on that? What's going on, JB?
I think he got his ass whooped at a bar. I don't believe anything he says. He's an absolute fucking idiot. I kicked him out of my office several times for a reason. He's a fucking shitbird. And his son is shitty. I don't know why he gave him a scholarship. I saw him play in Oklahoma. I didn't even offer him to JUCO. And then he brought him to Oklahoma State, and he actually started some games. He's now at some fucking FCS school. The guy's a joke. I'm going to be honest. I'm 40. No, you are. You're fucking 60 now, and you're still shitty. And I think he got his ass whipped at a bar. I'm going to be honest. Show your face, because we'll know if a fucking horse hits you. Where'd the horse hit you? With his fucking hit him in his eye? I want to see your eye, motherfucker. I don't believe you got hit by no horse. Because T-Rich, it'd be hard to hit me with a horse in my eye. I want to see, where did the horse hit him? What kind of horse? And if it was a cow, what kind of cow hit him? Did a cow kick him? T-Rich, did the cow absolutely get his foot up to a 6-foot body and hit that motherfucker right in the eye?
Right, because it's not a donkey. A donkey might do that, or a horse. He said a cow.
You might be talking to your players and get them to believe that bullshit, like you got them to recruit and get there to Stillwater, because you're shitty. So you must have sold them a fucking hell of a car to get them to come to Stillwater. But you ain't selling me that a fucking horse and a cow hit your ass. I want to see your face. I think you got your ass whooped at a bar.
Well, who is the cow? Who is the cow? Me personally, and not calling nobody out, I think he might got Ike.
What?
I think he might got Ike.
Dun, 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 dun.
You remember that? You remember when Tina?
And
it's not, hey y'all, I'm just spectating and looking at, I ain't, I don't want guys to be, he, beating his. No, I don't want to say that, because he getting beat up, right?
Have we seen his face? Have we seen his face? Anyone got a picture of him out there?
There you go, right there. That's all we gonna get. We seen Nick Saban, get beat up in the game, and he came out and said you should have seen the other guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he showed his face. He showed his face though, like a G.
Yeah, he told you right off the bat. Hey, they don't make him.
You saw me on Netflix wear a pink jersey and run.
You did that,
I got a penalty. I got a penalty, T-Rich. I said if I get a penalty, we wear pink. I got the penalty.
You saw it.
So he gotta have somebody gotta have a mean right hook, or one of the players got hooked though, or one of the parents. It's one of them, because
didn't they have a Heisman Trophy favorite running back who was supposed to be the #1 pick overall, and I haven't heard from him since
Ollie Gordon.
Didn't he get a DUI to start the season, and then I ain't heard from him since?
Man, listen, Mike is my guy. You want to know why? He's been my guy since 2011. When they lost that goddamn game to Iowa State, got us in the damn championship again. Or was it Minnesota? It was one of them they lost to, Oklahoma State. We needed them to lose. They did what they had to do, and we got up in that game. So you going to keep getting your ass whooped like that, then, it's on you.
let's keep our eye to this situation and try to figure out and keep doing some deep dive and investigation and figure out what really happened. Because y'all got me thinking right now, JB, and I feel you. I don't think what he's saying is what really happened.
We are back in the building. Smitty's late. BPS. Normal. Usual. I won. Back first. Huh. Did we have the Colts statement on their the Colts have issued a statement because they deleted the video that we showed yesterday when they arrested Tyreek Hill on the ocean by the Coast Guard, who was a Puerto Rican. He said, we removed our schedule release video because it exceeded our rights with Microsoft and included an extensive clip involving Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill. We apologize to Microsoft and Tyreek. Weak. This is why this organization is weak. This is why they won't ever win shit. Weak. Fucking soft pussies. Fucking Brian Daboll just put an anti-LGBTQ video out. Fuck, I ain't seeing Daboll fucking. Oh, what up? What up, Sonny? The Colts issued an apology.
Oh, really? I didn't even see it. We removed our schedule release video because it exceeded our rights with Microsoft, including an insensitive clip involving Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill.
Insensitive.
And insensitive. We sincerely apologize to Microsoft and Tyreek. It's the right thing to do. It makes sense. So I know how these things work. The social media team thought the shit was hilarious. They ran it through their managers on the social media and the digital side, and they gave them the thumbs up. So they uploaded it. And then once the pushback and blowback started to come, the execs outside of the digital space saw it, got word of it. They're getting pushback from the brand sponsor, Microsoft, where they get a lot of money from. And once you mess with the money, oh, buddy. So they deleted it, and I had to come out with this statement right here. It's a money play. It makes sense. And I'm sure some of the players probably was a little upset about it. AR5, stuff like that.
Doesn't make sense at all to me.
You guys gotta get better with your business savvy, like savviness in this chat. Because Connor W, you don't bring off the field stuff like that. If you're a corporate entity, a team, you don't bring that type of stuff to it. It has nothing to do with if it happened or not, or it's a fact or not. Like, this is a business. I'm curious. How everybody drop your age in the chat. I know we got a few OGs, like Gene's older, Mike Bunny's older, Chris is a mature woman. I know some of y'all, but like, I'm curious. A lot of y'all drop your age because I think we got a lot of young people in here, and that'll actually make things make more sense. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's why I don't like. That's why sometimes I hate having you as a co-host. Because you bring all these young fucking broads in here.
That's why I don't even like arguing sometimes. 12, we got 12-year-old in here. Yeah, that's why it don't make sense. That's why I don't even cut people out sometimes. Because like they 12,
we know why the old people are here. We know why these young, like this soft pussies are in here. They follow you. The OGs, the original, the guys that know life follow me in here. And that's what it is. Fuck, damn. Unfortunately, I knew it. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that, though. Showing me everybody.
I didn't bring no young people here. These I didn't bring no fans here. I was a nobody.
You brought all
everybody in here. We came here because they like you. They know nobody here like me.
Eddie dropped his like social birthday. Like again.
Thank you. All the young folks here because of you. Nobody knew me. I was a nobody.
That's one thing, homie. Eddie dropped his entire like address and social and everything.
Yeah, I got the same birthday down there. Got the same sign.
February 5th, 92. Damn, I was so I'm about to be a junior. Eddie Young as fuck too. God damn. Came for JB, stays for Smitty though. See, that's that young. Like,
but they stay for me because I'm better than you. But that don't
No,
mean
you're not better than me.
You're for you though.
You're soft and they like it.
No, I'm just better than you. I make more sense.
I mean soft like that. I mean soft in a way like you're accepting. You accept everybody.
I'm just a realist. I'm not accepting everybody. I just
no, you're not real. That's not being real. Sometimes you gotta tell these guys like, "Hey, fuck face, you're an absolute fucking nobody."
And I do that sometimes.
Get in line. Get in line.
I do that though, don't I?
You gotta do that sometimes. Sometimes
I do exactly. I'm a realist, but every day you don't need to do it.
But I disagree with your whole take on the Colts.
Of course you do.
Here's why.
You did it. You don't apologize. You keep it up. Fuck your brand. Fuck the money. It don't matter. If you did it and you did it, then you did it. It's not an accident. You actually took the time to make it. So don't apologize for something you actually did. But I just broke down the whole fucking system, how it works. I work in a corporate organization. I could post something right now and speak. It could be some bullshit. And that the execs, Eric Shanks, the head of fucking Fox, has no knowledge of that. Until it becomes a big deal and it comes on his desk and now he has to make a decision. But the top folks don't know what the digital people do on the day-to-day, bro. So it's not their fault, but it became big news, so they had to make a decision. Go ahead, Jackson. I just educated you. Free game.
All right. That's nothing I didn't know. Number one. Number two, we're talking the Colts specifically, football specifically, and an organization that nothing happens without the head coach, CEO of that organization letting it happen. That's the difference. That's y'all generation allowing it. This soft pussification of coaching now with the vaping, skinny jean wearing, analytical spreadsheet data fucks has literally why Dayball made that video for his team, which I love. Guaranteed Dayball's hands are all over that. And the Colts, the head coach acts like he don't know anything that's happening underneath his watch. That's the point I'm making, homie. And that's evident in what your Colts do every day.
Brian Daboll has nothing to do with that video.
Guaranteed he saw it before it went out.
I guarantee it has nothing to do with that video.
Promise you. Your guy Shankin or whatever, Staken or
say his name right. Shane Steichen.
He don't know. He didn't know
his name right.
He didn't know anything. He was probably like, here's what I think Shane Steichen does. Steichen. He's a nobody. If he was good, I'd know his fucking name.
Way better offensive mind than you ever been.
No, he's not. Anyway,
shit,
it's funny how that works. It's funny how that works. It's all right. In 20 years,
it'd be
like,
damn, Hurts.
JB was better than all these motherfuckers. He just didn't. He got blackballed. So here's the thing. Here's how it works. He's probably like wakeboarding. I take him as like a wakeboarder. He's got those board shorts on with the fucking like bro hat, and he's out wakeboarding. He's out wakeboarding or whatever they call it. The white folks do wakeboarder. That's what he's doing. He didn't even know the video was made. Like he didn't even know like what happened. And
you sound like the football player who didn't make it, like me, who'd be like, man, if I ain't tear my knee up, I would have been there. Cry me a fucking river, JB. I don't care. I want to hear about your black ball story. It is what it is. It's called life, homie. It's called life. Shit happens. Nut up. Ain't that what you told me the other day about Jason Tatum getting hurt and the Celtics crying and all that? Nut up. We don't want to hear no excuses. Like, black ball. Oh, I hurt my knee. Oh, we don't care about that. What are you doing now, homie? Come on now, all that soft shit. And speaking of the Celtics, what they do? Belt to ass against the Knicks. So all the little shit you was talking about them being soft and weak and all that, and they balled out. And they're still in the series.
Well, thank you. You're welcome. I gave them the motivation, homie, because guess what? They watched the show.
Jalen not hear your fucking video.
By the way, you got text proof last night that who else watches this show, and I got a phone call yesterday, and it was very interesting. Wish I could share it, but we shared it privately, but I wish I could share that message. But we got some breaking news. We got a little breaking news. Read this for the audio listeners without shoving your fucking face full of fucking McCaffrey balls, homie.
Hey, he gets so mad when I be eating on the show, so I keep doing it. A resolution about whether NFL players can participate in Olympic football will be under consideration in next week's league meeting in Minneapolis. This is the resolution that was sent Wednesday to all NFL teams.
Is this flag?
Yeah, it's the only football that we have. Yep.
It's flag?
It has to be. There's no real football.
What do you mean no real football?
There's not like in a like they don't do like football out everywhere. Like in it has to be flag.
So the NFL, or not the NFL, so the 2028 Olympics are introducing flag football. I don't know if you remember, we showed an ad with Jalen Hurts throwing the ball in the LA Coliseum about 5 or 6 months ago. And now the resolution about whether NFL players can participate in that in 2028, this is what this is about.
Well, take the L out, and that's what the NFL has become anyway. So.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. So, I mean, what are your thoughts?
What's crazy? What part is crazy? Bailey just got it, what I said. But what did you say?
No, I was saying the breakdown that Bailey was giving the full explanations. It's crazy that you forgot that it was flag football. We had a whole video.
I didn't forget. I said 3 years ago on this show that that's what they want the NFL to become. So another thing that'll go on.
That's not going to happen though.
It'll another thing that I've said though that's going to go unappreciated because the bigger shows will use my shit and use it out there. But if you take the L out of this, that's what the NFL wants. So that's what we're going to have. We're going to have that. That's what kind of football it will be. So
my thing is the NFL is not going to change to flag football. They're just
they're not.
Flag football is going to be its own separate entity.
No, they're not. Take the L. Take the L out. Take the L out and say it.
Because NF? That don't make sense. So the reason is
flag football.
Flag football is there because
flag.
it's all inclusive and women and men and everybody can play. And if that becomes a big enough sport in its own self, that's a whole nother avenue that the NFL is making money off of. NFL is going to stay the same. Flag football is a separate sport. That's what I'm trying to put in your mind.
Micro. Well, NFL players shouldn't do it because one of the most horrific injuries I've ever seen was at a flag football game at the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. When a great running back got his career shortened, New England Patriot, when he spiral fractured his knee on playing flag football. And now the whole Pro Bowl is flag football. How ironic that is, which I called about 3 years ago. But anyway, take the L out and then say it real quick. That's what flag football is. That's what they want it to be. So that's what high school is doing.
Flag football. Like take the L's out, flag football. Like this, that's weird. Football.
No, take the L out of flag. Take the L out of flag and say
it. Still rolling though. Keep it rolling, man. And you know what? Real talk with John Jockey, man. We got a real good video here that I wanted to ask you about. Jason,
you didn't say it.
Real talker John Jockey, man. Brought to you by Bet US, our biggest sponsor, who we not about to lose over some stupid stuff. So real talker John Jockey, man. Once 30 hits,
I just want to hear you say
it's all downhill for your back. Is that true? Check this out.
30 hits, back starts to hurt. Dude, I'll sneeze and I get nervous when I sneeze.
So like right now, today's like the first day I'm coming off back spasms last week. We took a little vacation. Driving out there, I feel that my left extensor start burning in the car. The whole time I stave it off. She wants to do pickleball, I rallied. Mountain biking, I rallied. Hiking, let's go.
When I was in Vegas and my man went over my low back and it spasmed on me right there. And I'm sitting there like, I cannot be hurt literally before I even go out to walk through. Bro, I got down to decompress my spine, and when I go back in and it compresses back down, I could not get up off the floor. The strength coach is coming over. Hey, Will, do you need help doing something? Oh no, I'm just working something out down here, and end up inching my way up to standing.
I had my Yeti mug driving, big old thick one. I put it right here. I'm driving my wife. She's like, "You okay?" I'm just like, "Maybe you should take over." It was only funny in hindsight. When you're going through it, you're in so much pain and so uncomfortable that everything pisses you off. You're just yelling at everybody. You're just miserable.
I mean, real talk. I mean, I hurt my back. At 28 is when it started having issues. And
so last year,
shout out to my chiropractor, my doctor, Dr. Shireen.
You heard it last year?
No, years ago. Dr. Shireen, who helped just put together a plan and work on my back to get me back at a point where I'm back pretty much 100%. I do some squatting here and there, just to just keep things honest. And but man, once you hurt your back, I don't wish that pain on nobody. I've torn my lateral meniscus on both knees. I actually tore one of them playing flag football post college. I was out of shape, so I shouldn't have been doing it. But tore both my lateral meniscus on my knees. I've had shoulder issues. I've had all high sprain, ankle, all that type of stuff. Man, the back injury by far the worst because it literally ruins your day, puts you in a bad mood. I was way more grumpier. It would be times where I'm at home and the pain would shoot and I just would fall to the ground in agony. I couldn't even take a shit without being in pain because every time you push, it would trigger the sciatic nerve and it would be extreme pain. So, and yeah, around this age, man, it does. That's when you start to see those issues. So one thing I would suggest to all the young people in the chat and, you know, our producers, Bailey, he's very young. He's 19. So that stuff will not last forever, Bailey. My suggestion to you, and I know you're already doing this, keep working out. And again, you can start doing like lesser weight when you get a little older, but don't stop working out. Because I think that's the problem with athletes when we retire, whether that's from college or pro, we kind of like we don't get lazy, but it's like finally, like I've been working out my entire life. I finally got time to just be me and I can take a step back. And what happens is, man, like your body gets so used to being like on a schedule, on a regiment, and then you stop, you start to lose some of that muscle and some of that support that you once had, and then your body starts getting affected. So what healed my back was actually getting back in the gym more actively and working out, doing my ab work, my core workout, because the core is important for the back, doing things like that, hips, you know, etc. So keep working out, y'all. Keep stretching, drink your water, eat right. You'll be all right. Real talk. I bet US.
That's not at all. I don't know if I could get this. I don't know if I could show this. How could I show this? Baby, I don't know if you could put that. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I just did.
I gotta keep learning this AI stuff, man. It's kind of cool.
Anyway, the best stretch for your lower back. My cousin's a big time chiropractor. He actually works on Magic Johnson, Eric Dickerson, etc. So he's actually a big name chiropractor. He's not just some slapdick. But anyway, I've had my whole family's had chronic low back pain our whole life. So I've had it my whole life. You never heard me talk about it because I don't bitch and cry. So
you was crying this morning. I almost died last night. I had a stomach ache.
Yeah, but anyway,
soft ass.
The lower back best stretch is basically you lay flat on your back. You cross one leg over the other with the leg on the ground stays on the ground.
Yeah,
and then the leg that crosses it, you grab it behind the knee.
Yes.
And you pull it towards your chest, and you stretch your lower hamstring at the same time as your lower back because it's all connective tissue.
Mm-hmm.
Happy hamstrings is happy life, and that's just fact. That's your lower core, and you got to work on your core. That's why I lost a lot of weight. I haven't had any back injury since I lost like 50 pounds.
Yeah, but your stomach's still weak as fuck. So you lost the weight, so that helps out. There's less strain.
Most people in this chat are fat. Mm-hmm. And they're super out of shape, and their lower back hurts.
Mm-hmm. What's the first thing that started hurting?
You, because you're out of shape.
It just ends up, you know, getting uneven, and it
has nothing to do with your disc.
It can be. Everybody's back issues is different. It depends what your back issue is. But that stretch you just made,
I was showing you.
You act like you invented that stretch. You've been doing that shit for fucking years.
Right here.
You can't even do it. Look at you.
Oh, I'm in a chair.
Put your ankle up more.
You got it like right here, and then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what it is, homie. Been doing it for years.
Why you make extreme big, homie?
You can also do that exact same stretch, the same entity, but instead of laying on your back, you're almost laying on your chest. So you got one leg straight out, other leg is like bent like this, and you're leaning you're leaning like this on that leg, and it stretches your entire IT band. It stretches your entire IT band. You don't know what I'm saying. When I say IT band, that's too macro for you. IT band, your glute,
you heard your back. IT man one time, and you're like, "Oh, I got a master's in kinesics, by the way." But anyway,
you was a hustler. You didn't go to school. You had people to do you already snitched on yourself. I couldn't tell you what an atom, a fucking microbe, none of that shit is. But I'm a cold hustler, and I figured it the fuck out. If you go to class, you do your homework, you'll get a fucking C.
Damn,
you let you fuck cave and go to class. So we already know what you was about.
You wasn't
smart, homie.
You watch the show. That's shout out to you.
I watched one viral clip that's funny. I didn't watch your show. I watched like 2 episodes. Right-handed guy. I've not watched your host yet. I don't know none of your players other than the Malik Cat. Shout out to Malik. He came on our show. I don't know none of these motherfuckers. If I saw him outside, it would mean nothing to me. I don't none of them. Respectfully. I watched 2 episodes of your fucking shit. You came on Speak for Yourself. That's because Whitlock and Marcellus wanted you. I didn't know you at all. I didn't watch the show at that point. And then I saw your viral clip on social media. That's it.
But anyway, you're talking too much. We got a special guest joining the show, man. A Yahoo Sports NFL insider. Can't thank him enough for hopping on with us.
Legend.
legendary NFL insider. I can't wait to ask him about what we kind of talked about already, plus this NFL schedule drop and all things football. And our main man, Charles Robinson, joins the show. Charles, how you doing, brother?
How you doing, Charles?
What's up, fellas? How you doing this morning?
Good, man. Appreciate you hopping on with us. Hey, who crushed it on the schedule release as far as PR went and social media?
I mean,
we just watched the Giants. You see the Giants?
The Chargers are hard to beat.
I know,
right?
I think the Giants just won it. Did you see that shit?
So I haven't seen all of them. I gotta be honest with you, because there's so many of them. The Chargers one I've watched like 5 times to try to figure out everything I miss, because there's so many little things in there.
Told you.
So yeah, I'm still going through. What did the Giants do? I maybe I saw it and I don't even remember.
Oh, bro, this one.
Oh, I did see this. Yeah.
This one right here. They kind of went at every single team, man. Every single team. What stood out in the schedule, though, that you saw? I know Thanksgiving game, Chiefs, Cowboys. Cowboys travel to Vegas for the first time, I believe. In Vegas is a big one. Any holiday games or the overseas games that I can't stand? Any of those stick out?
I mean, the Vikings kind of got hosed with back-to-back overseas games in fourth and fifth week of the season. Like you sit there and you're like, they're going to be there at least 10 days. So you wonder, like, is that going to impact them when they come back? Right. Like, because you're going to get acclimated. It's not like a normal overseas trip where you're just there for a few days and like, you're going to spend a full 10 days there. Your body clock is going to get.
Who happened
changed.
last year? Jags, huh? The Jags stayed there like 14 days.
Yeah.
But they stayed like it was all in London, I think.
Yeah, Vikings are traveling though, huh?
Yeah, this is because one's in London, one's in Dublin, right?
That's crazy.
The two.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I mean, I wonder I'll be very curious to see what they look like week 6 and on, and whether there's some hangover. Look, I'll be real with you. Like we know the opponents, so to me, this whole schedule release thing is
right. It is.
It's kind of like this ridiculous made up. It's like what did Hallmark create? Sweetest Day or whatever, some bullshit to add some extra element of making money. But I guess I don't know, the ones that stuck out. The week 1 Steelers Jets could be spicy. If I expect Aaron Rodgers is going to be the quarterback of the Steelers. So you have Justin Fields, obviously, who bounced and bounced because I think he felt he couldn't trust the Steelers. It wasn't that the Steelers didn't want Justin Fields back. It's just that Justin Fields was like, no, I know I have a starting opportunity, and there's not going to be anybody creeping on me with the Jets. I don't think I can trust the Steelers after what happened last year with Russ. And then obviously you have Aaron Rodgers, who most definitely has some animosity toward Jets ownership, at least Woody Johnson, maybe not Christopher Johnson. So that one's interesting. The way I focus on schedule release, typically for me, is I focus it through the young quarterbacks. So I'm like, okay, when is Jackson Dart going to get his opportunity? Like, what's the window in the Giants schedule? The Giants schedule is hellish. So that's a team that could be spiraling pretty quickly. There could be a change pretty quickly there. When I knew the Titans faced the Browns. In my mind, I was like, I wonder if that game will be late enough in the schedule. We could see Shador and Cam Ward, facing each other. And that's a week 14 game. That absolutely could happen. Now, Shador could be starting in Cleveland week 1, but definitely by week 14, if he's not starting week 1, he could definitely be starting by week 14. There's other little things like I want to know what exhibition game Joe Milton's going to start for the Cowboys, because I know he's going to look crazy. And I know the fan base there is going to start clowning Dak at the first opportunity, saying, we got this dude who's built like a brick house, has a fire, has a cannon for an arm, a total hose. Yeah. And can do that off schedule stuff that's really exciting when you watch it, and
what are you saying?
I mean, they're going to get, there's no question in my mind that at some point Dak's going to have a 3 interception game, and you're going to get Cowboys fans who are going, I don't know, man, maybe we should take a look at Joe Milton. I mean, they do. It's just what they do.
That's media. Social media and everybody else. Yeah. I think, you said it. Shador could be the starter week 1 or in Canada. So let me ask you, let me dive into your take on some news that broke over the last night. Derrick Henry signed an extension Where are you at with this? Like, as far as like, we got Eric Weddle on our show during the season every week, who was actually in the GM room there for a while after he finished playing.
Yeah,
and spent time there as a player. But we talked yesterday, and where are you at with this? He's obviously older in age and all that stuff. This is pretty much saying you got to give us these 2 years in this name and day, right?
So the way I absorb it is when you have a guy who goes from running behind a Tennessee line where he's getting killed. I think he averaged like 4.2 yards per carry in 2023 with the Titans. And then he goes to the best possible fit, right? In the Baltimore Ravens, better line, dynamic quarterback who, completely changes how opposing defenses can defend running lanes. It was the perfect fit for him. And then he comes out and he rushes for damn near 2,000 yards, 5.9 per carry. It's like when you have that old dog and you get a puppy and you bring the puppy in the house. The next thing you know, the old dog is finding, this fountain of youth. That's how I kind of feel like Derrick Henry is operating right now. Do I think there's a wall coming for him? Yeah, because I think big physical running backs, especially guys with a little bit of an upright running style, they accrue hits differently. And even though he's one of the most gifted physical runners we've ever seen, if not ever in the history, I mean, look, Earl Campbell, let's not Walter Payton. I don't want to go there, but
yeah, he's in the conversation.
He's in the conversation, but he's look, I remember when Eddie George hit, that was a big physical running back. I remember when he hit that shelf and you just knew it was like, oh man, it's over.
He knew
like,
too, though, right?
Yeah.
I
mean, it was over. And Edgerrin James, another guy who's a really physical runner. When he hit that wall in Arizona, it was like, okay, yeah, this is over. So I think the shelf is coming for Derrick Henry, but I think where he is and the scheme they run and the quarterback that he plays with, barring an injury, I think they get another 2 years out of him. I don't know if it's going to be the 1,900, 2,000 yard performance, but okay, for that money, let's say he gives you
1,200.
Yeah, 12, 30. I mean, it's a 17-game season. So let's say he gives you 14, right? 1,412 touchdowns. That's worth it. You pay that money, right? And so I think he's got another 2 years left in the tank. Again, let's be sure there's not a knee or a shoulder or something that, if he suffers a bad shoulder injury, it's over, right? At 30, 31 years old, that can end his career pretty quickly. But he's built like a player. I've never seen a guy that looks like him. I've never seen a guy who puts in the workouts in the offseason at the size he is, and what he brings to the table. So he is a unicorn. Yeah, that's it right there. Right.
No doubt. No, I look at it like from a QB standpoint. I think Lamar had his best season because of the fact that Derrick was there. And I think that continues. That's why I think they signed him to help Lamar continue to strive. That's just how I look at it as a play caller.
No, he raised
guy. Yeah,
I think he raised everything. I mean, Rashad Bateman. All of a sudden last season, I'm like, damn, Rashad Bateman's he's bringing something to the table. He's healthy finally, and he's bringing something to the table. Like they started to. It was definitely a signing that raised all boats. And I went through there in training camp last year. I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe let's see. I mean, it feels like a good fit. But it literally hit about as perfect as it possibly could.
I think JB going into it, he had some questions too. Like he didn't know just the system.
I actually said it would be a struggle early on, and it was early on, and then it became a dynamic duo. And shout out to those guys proving me wrong. I thought it would be a hard mesh for a guy that's
downhill, right? Yeah,
hand the ball off, and then Lamar having to get under center at some point to do that to be effective in play pass. I think shout out to Monken and figuring out how to mesh that hybrid system. I thought it was a great job.
I told you that pistol, JB. I told you that last year. You didn't believe me in that pistol.
I think Lamar's ability to adapt has been so underrated in his career.
Underrated, man.
Because over the course of his career, he's had multiple offensive coordinators. They've always liked to run the football, but he's definitely expanded his game as a passer. There's no doubt. All these questions we used to have, we just don't have them anymore. Now it's just winning the damn playoffs.
That's it.
Right? It's just get over the hump in the playoffs. And then
those are the questions. Yeah, those are the questions.
That's it. Really, that's the only question we got. We have no other questions at all, really, JB.
Yeah,
So.
I think he's horrible, but yeah, I mean that is what it is. Let's dive into this whole other thing. I want to get some football take on you. What's your biggest take from the draft on, and as far as free agency in the offseason to the draft? Who do you think won and lost? I know the Cowboys are obviously America's team. Quote. Did nothing in the offseason. They had a pretty decent draft. Seems like they got, obviously Pickens. We'll see how that works out with CeeDee Lamb. And like you've already alluded to, the most overpaid, under-delivering quarterback in the history of football, Dak Prescott. Who's the winners and losers in your eyes as far as the offseason and combine that with the draft?
I think I thought the Eagles, they lost a lot in free agency. I thought they did a really good job of re-upping in the draft. Howie Roseman always seems to figure out, all right, here are the veteran pieces I'm going to lose. I'm going to go draft a bunch of guys from the SEC. I'm going to go grab a bunch of guys from Georgia or Alabama. And that it's always worked out. I mean, like, to me, Phillies, they go into the season next year. I still think they're the number one seed. No question, as long as Saquon's healthy. I think some of the things to me that were interesting from the draft, like, it's wild to me how underplayed, like, Cam Ward is probably the most, I don't want to say disrespected number one pick, but it's just such an afterthought on draft night. And then, like, look at the schedule release. They get 0 primetime games, nothing. Like, I understand maybe you don't believe in the Titans, but they had the first pick in the draft. People want to see, the number one quarterback who comes out in the draft, especially when he goes number one overall. Usually you'll get thrown a bone. Not happening. No primetime games for Tennessee. The Shedeur. I think the Shedeur story in Cleveland. It's interesting to me when you take Dylan Gabriel in the third, then you come back and you take Shedeur in the fifth, and everybody makes something out of, like, oh, they weren't clapping, they didn't look very happy. Was this an ownership pick? The one thing about that situation that's interesting is, Andrew Berry, super smart dude, went to Harvard, Wall Street background, all this stuff. He gets asked, did the owner, influence this pick? Just say no. Like, it's a one-word answer. And he said, I think he said, Jimmy lets us do our jobs. I'm like, that's 5 words too many, man. That's 6 words.
Right.
You only need one word here. If he didn't do it, just say no. And so I think there's going to be continued focus on the Browns situation because they have Deshaun Watson's going to get put on season-ending IR, right? You still got 4 guys in that room. It's not going to be Flacco long-term, obviously. I don't know that Kenny Pickett has a Geno Smith turnaround or whatever. I don't know that he has a second life as a starter in the league. So it's going to come down to Dylan Gabriel, who seems like it was definitely the front office pick in the 3rd round, and Shedeur in the 5th. And now you've already got people saying Shedeur looks so much better. In rookie camp, Shedeur looks so much better. It's just, it's this constant drama around the Browns, and Shedeur is going to be a really big story in the NFL next year. I truly believe that. I think he's going to potentially end up starting for the Browns. I think he will start some games for the Browns, and it's going to end up being a really big story. That kid draws a spotlight that's just unbelievable to me, no matter where he goes.
Yeah, I think his daddy does, and then they all follow him and his son. The other one's the most talked about undrafted free agent I've ever seen, who's not very good at all. It's crazy. But we
fired his dad. Fired his dad as his agent.
Yeah, we love talking about the Sanders, man. We do it every day on this show. We love Smitty loves it.
That's JB's favorite topic here on this show.
Smitty loves it. We do it on Thumbdown tomorrow. It might be our Thumbdown tomorrow. Might be our Thumbdown tomorrow. Charles, you might be on our Thumbdown tomorrow with Shedeur in Cleveland. So, in the West, the Rams. I'm a Ram guy. Smitty's a Colts guy. Yeah. Haven't been in LA and Indianapolis, obviously, where we're from, but Stafford gets re-signed. They get Puka. They get rid of Cooper Kupp. They add Devontae Adams. They were this close to beating the Super Bowl champs, probably becoming the Super Bowl champs again with McVay. Where you at? Is it their conference and is the West won through LA or did the Niners bounce back?
I think the Niners. It's another team that lost so much in free agency. They had to hit the draft perfect. They
missed their window, huh?
We'll see. It's that. I think the road goes through LA now. Here's the thing with the Rams, though. Like, you need 100% healthy season from Stafford, right? You go back the last several seasons. It's been a while since he's had that fully healthy MVP type season. You know, I don't think Puka, even with Devontae Adams coming into the fold, Puka's the number one there. Seamless transition, like top 3 receiver, 4 receiver in the NFL. I think Adams has still got something left in the tank. I think playing with Stafford is a great match for him. I think the line gets better. The defense with all those young pieces.
Oh, Jared Verse, man.
Oh my God. It's just, I mean, Verse, Fisk. I mean, it's just everything there looks aligned, but I think it all comes through Stafford. How healthy is Stafford going to be consistently from game 1 or week 1 through week 18? If to me, if he is fully healthy, that's the team. If I'm the Eagles, if I'm the Lions, you know, whatever other NFC contender you want to throw out there. I mean, that's a team that I'm staring at coming out of the West.
Smitty, 2 teams I have questions, and I know you cover all this stuff. Vikings and the Commanders. The Vikings are going to go with a youngster, presumably, it looks like. They didn't make any other move. At this point, it's too late. I don't believe Aaron Rodgers is in the fold, obviously, anymore. So you're going to go with J.J. McCarthy there. Already have everything else pretty much in place. Had a great season last year. And then the Commanders, Jaden's uprise, that team's uprise. The combination of Cliff Kingsbury calling the offense with Jaden, more of a college system that they ran to perfection. Where are you at with those 2 particular teams? You think they can make any strides in catching the Rams or Philly?
Well, so the thing about Minnesota that makes me nervous is I didn't realize – I knew J.J. McCarthy had weight loss, you know, but – like he came out and I mean, it got shockingly low. I mean, it was like he was like in the low. I think did he say he was in the 170s and like 180s at one point?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I mean, it's just a stunner. Yeah. And so, you know, I want to see what he looks like physically because he was already a slender guy coming out of Michigan. And there were all these questions about like, can you get him to 215 and keep him to 215? And then, you know, because there's going to be durability questions. So I like obviously all the pieces in Minnesota are there around him. It's just I don't know how he slots in and play. Yeah. It's his rookie season, right? We're watching him. He is a rookie quarterback basically in 2025, and it's a tough as hell division. I mean, the division top to bottom. Ben Johnson's going to do good things in Chicago. I think that's a program that could turn around really quickly. Detroit's Detroit. They're going to be playing at a high level. Green Bay, I think, is stacked. They added pieces this offseason. So somebody in that division is going to suffer, and you just focus it through the quarterbacks. It's either going to be JJ's going to be the issue in Minnesota, or Caleb's going to continue. You know, is he going to turn a corner with Ben Johnson in Chicago? I think those 2 guys probably sort out the fates of those 2 teams. Plus, we talked about the overseas slate, right, for the Vikings,
right?
Week 4 and 5. Like you can't, there's not a lot of wiggle room to lose, right, in the NFC North. So it can be costly going and playing 2 overseas games, hopefully winning those 2 overseas games, and then coming back and trying to readjust and acclimate yourself to, coming back from that trip. So I think there's obviously McCarthy is the big question. That's going to be the whole storyline for the Vikings as we get through camp and what he looks like physically and whether that knee can hold up. I'm sorry. Who else did you ask about?
Just those 2.
Washington. Yes,
Washington. Sorry,
Washington. Yeah, I mean, Washington, the funny thing about Washington is they so overachieved last year relative to how much better that roster could get. I mean, like it wasn't, when I went through there in camp last year, it felt like there was still probably another 40% of roster churn that was going to happen between the 24 and 2025 seasons. And yet, to go to the NFC Championship game for Jaden Daniels to play at the level that he did, Terry McLaurin. I mean, so many things came together for them. And yet I think this is the season. This is what legitimizes it, right? Like this is the season that, they've continued to tune the roster. The one question you have though is, you remember when we exited 2023, we were staring at the Houston Texans. And we were like, damn, like CJ Stroud is it. Like he's it. He's a
yeah, I'm glad you're on this. This is my
4,000, 5,000 yard passer. Like, we're like, he's locked in. They, you go out and you add to the wide receiver room. Yeah. I mean, it just, and then you saw it was a little bit of a slump, honestly, in 2024 for him. So I look at Jaden and I'm like, is there a slump there, or can he continue to play at this level? And I watched a lot of their games last year. He had some moments where he damn near got injured. Like, I mean, it was like he took some hits where you're like, man, is he going to be okay? I forget what game it was where it looked like I thought he injured his knee at one point. Yeah, I can't remember what game that was, but I remember I thought he suffered a knee injury. And you know,
that was my question to you, because I called CJ, and I've been around CJ since he was a youngster, Jaden as well. And I told Smitty, I said, that, you know, sophomore slumps are a real thing in the NFL for quarterbacks. I'm curious if Jaden hits one and then CJ becomes the CJ we saw 2 years ago and just continues to grow. I also think CJ will be an elite quarterback in the league. But all of them face sophomore slumps, man. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't remember anyone that didn't face some sort of slump. I think Jaden will have similar battles this year to face, and I don't know if that's the reason the Commanders fall or not, because at the end of the day, quarterback is who wins you the games.
Well, and I think part of the thing is too, now you have a whole season of tape to focus on. You have all the playoff tape to focus on. You start to go, what doesn't he do well? Right? It's like the Jordan rules. Make him dribble to his left. You know, make him do like you. I think you start to dissect his game, and then you challenge Cliff Kingsbury to grow the offense. Like, you can't just stay static, right? I mean, that's part of the problem. One of the things, like, when you go back to the reason why Jared Goff is not a Ram anymore, it's because Sean McVay's like, I have to update this offense. I have to move it forward.
Yep.
And Jared isn't going to be able to come with me. He's limited in ways that are not going to be, you know, it's not going to work. And so for Cliff, that's the challenge now. You have to continue to grow this offense around Jaden from a schematic standpoint. And Jaden's got to keep up with it and also stay healthy, right? And so, it's sophomore slumps are definitely a real thing. I mean, the only guy who really didn't have one was Patrick Mahomes, and it was because he didn't start until his sophomore year. So,
right.
I'm trying to think, did Andrew Luck have a sophomore slump? I don't feel like he did. I just can't remember exactly how the difference between the rookie year and the second year. But I don't, as a Colts fan, I don't remember him having a slump. But I could be wrong. But
Charles, where are you out of, Charles?
I'm in Houston.
Okay.
CJ.
You're right there. Yeah. I'm on Sean Salisbury is in Houston, and I'm on his show every day. Let me ask you, Green Bay, real quick. Green Bay, young wideout core, man. Aaron Rodgers begged for wideouts. He's left, and they've drafted nothing but fucking wideouts, it seems like. There. Where are you at with this team? Can Jordan Love get them over the hump?
Who's the one in the receiving room? Like, that's looks like a lot of two.
Or I don't know.
Right? I mean, doesn't it kind of feel like the guy who I really thought was going to surface last year as the one, given like the size, some of the catches I watched him make, how he operated, I thought Dontavian Wicks was going to end up being their one last year, and then he just couldn't catch. And then it was like, okay, Jaden Reed, undersized, but you know, he could potentially turn into a one. Jaden Reed couldn't catch. Christian Watson can't stay healthy. Right. So it's like, when you look at the totality of the room, you know, Matthew Golden, I get the pick, but he didn't have a ton of, you know, production. Like, his production that got him drafted in the first round was the second half of his season at Texas after he transferred. I don't know that he's a one. His profile to me fits like a lot of the other guys. And I'm still, maybe Christian Watson would have been the one, but he can't stay healthy. So that's my question to you is, you sort out the wide receiver room and just give me who's going to be the one there. I don't know who that is.
I lean on Watson if he's healthy, like you said. Reed by default takes it. I don't know. It's just a lot by committee, man. I don't know.
Yeah, like that's a good problem to have, in my opinion, though, that you got so many good guys that you can go to.
See, it is, but Watson can't stay healthy, right? So that always presents a problem. Right. And I don't know what he's going to look like now. Right. We're coming on how many injuries we're coming off of. Like, is he going to be the same dude? You know, Wicks, I don't know. It seems like he's kind of written out of it now. You know, Reed, it's like, okay, can he step forward? I think what becomes critical in those situations when you don't have the bona fide one, you know, that's your dude. When you get into playoff scenarios, when you get into the nitty gritty, like, who is the player who shows up week in and week out? Like, tell me the last team that won a Super Bowl without like a clear number one. And you can throw the Chiefs at me, but Kelsey's the one there, right? I mean, even whether Tyreek was on the roster or not, like, once it was the post Tyreek Hill era, Travis Kelce healthy and in shape and not distracted was clearly the number one there who got it done when you needed it. That's what I wonder about Green Bay and that wide receiver room. Like Jordan Love can continue to develop and take them places, but at some point he's got to have a guy.
It comes down to like Smitty's point. Like in college, I want 5 and 6.
Sure.
I want to be RPO, fast-paced tempo. In the NFL, you just can't do it. And I don't know if there's any continuity with the true like Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams like continuity. Do they have that in Green Bay? I don't know. I don't see it. Like to your point. So it's a good point that you brought up. It's going to be interesting in Green Bay. The North is probably, if Chicago does do better, what people think. The draft was obviously better in my opinion for them. The head coach I like.
They got O-line in this offseason.
They got a good friend of mine, Eric Bieniemy, who's just an asshole coach. He's going to coach them tough. He's already on record out there coaching them hard. I like it. I like that Ben hired a guy like that, and I'm interested. If the North is that good, though, somebody's going to take a hit. And to your point, Green Bay has to have some continuity there to take that next step.
Maybe all 4 teams make the playoffs.
So here's one suspicion I have, and I wonder about this. So 2023, we watched the Eagles. Things go sideways. We're like, is Sirianni going to get fired? There's all this drama and stuff. But there were injuries and other problems that plagued that team. All of a sudden, you roll into 2024. They're healthy. Saquon comes into the fold, and they round out as this dominant team. I stare at Detroit, and I'm like, offensively. Now, granted, you lost both your coordinators. Huge hit. There's no doubt about that. But from a roster standpoint, I'm like, the offensive roster is just as good, if not better, because you get Jahmyr Gibbs, who now is trending into his absolute prime years. Like he can be a dominant running back. But then I look at defensively, you get all these guys back. Like all the injuries that you had last year, you're getting all your prime guys back. Plus you added to that. Plus you had 2 rookie corners last year who now have a year of experience, and you've added to the cornerback room with a dynamic free agent signing. And I'm like, is Detroit potentially the sneaky team where we're like, well, maybe they kind of missed their window when they lost to the Niners in the NFC Championship game 2 years ago. I'm wondering if Detroit has the healthy year on defense, maybe they can survive losing those 2 coordinators, and Detroit ends up being that juggernaut that we kind of expected last year, which they were.
Yeah.
But then they just ran out of gas. Those injuries last year, I was looking at Aaron Glenn. I'm like, I don't even know how you stand in your the defensive meeting and you're looking around and you're like, I'm on my second, third guys at multiple positions, and we just have nothing left. I think if with the health, I think that team is juiced on both sides of the ball. It's just, can they survive losing 2 coordinators that I think really fit what Dan Campbell did from the standpoint of how he liked to coach, bring the team together, Ben Johnson scheming it the way that he did. That's the question for me. But I think Detroit, if you ask me like, hey, what's maybe a team that people don't expect to be a Super Bowl winner next year, but is good, I think Detroit might be that team if they're healthy. I think Detroit may be a team that pulls it all together this year.
No doubt.
As I wear a Detroit hat.
Right.
I swear I'm not a homer.
Hey, I'm curious to see what Goff does.
3-1-3.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Goff does. That's why there's a reason why. Last question I have for you, man. I can't thank you enough for hopping on here. Let me ask you, if Stafford were to win another one, are you, or do you think anyone else out there is putting him ahead of Aaron Rodgers? Because remember, he was in a place like Detroit for all those years.
Yeah.
And he goes immediately and wins one on a competent organization.
Yeah.
Team, though, too.
I would say it's more of a conversation. The thing with Rodgers is he's got, all those MVPs that he won. And that does mean something. But the tail end of Rodgers is not looking great. This is I think this is, I don't want to say it's legacy defining, but if he finishes out in Pittsburgh, and I think he's going to end up in Pittsburgh, if that goes the way it went with the Jets, that's, that I think that puts a ding on how people remember him as a quarterback in this league. And conversely, if Stafford wins another one, I think it would depend on what it looks like. Is he the driving force of that win? Or is it sort of like when Peyton Manning had the noodle arm, but the Broncos were so good defensively, he wins another Super Bowl, but it really wasn't a Peyton Manning Super Bowl. It was the Denver Broncos defensive performance.
Yeah. Like all of Mahomes is.
Hey, Manny made a couple throws here and there when needed. Couple key first downs. You know,
slander people.
A couple checks when I'm a Colts fan, so Peyton Manning's my guy, so I had to defend him a little bit.
Hey, Charles is like catching on. Like, damn, JB's just taking shots at everyone.
Everybody.
JB doesn't like Mahomes, doesn't like Lamar Jackson, doesn't believe Caleb Williams will be good. Thinks coaching and thinks football has gotten soft.
Hey,
you can compare current quarterbacks to the old school because when he played, they actually got hit in the mouth and had to get back up and keep playing. Where today you can't touch them. So I'm gonna give you all the insight. So next time you're on, you have all the information.
Let me ask you this: do you guys want to see the flag football thing pass?
Fuck
you
no.
Want to see that happen? No.
Fuck no.
I mean, to me, it's a separate sport. I don't think it's gonna have any impact.
Yeah, it's not
on actual NFL.
Right. It's not.
Well, players are gonna play in it. That's what just happened this morning.
We'll
look, yeah,
but
they got to get to 24 owners have to vote that through. I mean, you got to get 75% of the owners to go. Yeah, okay, we'll sacrifice one player.
Yeah,
you know, and if you're the Chiefs, you're like, I'm not letting Patrick Mahomes go play flag.
Well,
football.
maybe it's like a practice squad guy for each team or something. I don't know how it's gonna work.
Just make it like girls or whatever they do. They already pushing that anyway.
I'm telling you right now, if this passes, there's no way that some prime players aren't going to. There are guys that are going to sit there and go, damn, I could get an Olympic gold medal.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I would. Yeah. You're going to have, like, Jalen Hurts. I believe that. Like, I believe Jalen Hurts would be like, yes, I
think Tyreek will play. You're right. I do think you're right.
Yeah.
I think he started off like college hoops used to be back, when it was college amateur players went over and represented. And then we had to go to the fucking dream team to get it done because they were using pros versus our college players. So, like,
listen,
I can see that happening.
All I know is, let's say you're trying to sort out the GOAT debate and you're Patrick Mahomes and you're going, Tom Brady don't have a gold medal. I could go get a gold medal. I could have a little something on my resume.
I hope it happens. It's only going to be a new thumbnail for the show. Like, I hope it happens. Like, another soft era quarterback getting it done. Like, that's all I'm going to look at.
Like what LeBron.
He's already playing flag, though, Charles.
We're the first ever team to win the in-season tournament, so that Lord doesn't have that.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing, right?
Charles knows Charles gets it, Smitty. Unlike you, he gets it. Like, we're already playing flag anyway. So
we're not. It's still physical sport. Still a man up, man against man sport. Still hard hitting. It's not the same as it was back in the 90s. I get it, but it's still everyday people can go out there and play.
Listen, I grew up on like Steve Atwater and Mark Carrier and like people who couldn't survive, like they'd be fined into oblivion.
They'd be in
nowadays.
jail.
Like,
in jail. Yeah. Charles, man, appreciate you, man. Follow you, keep doing you. Hopefully we have you on during the season or something, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Charles. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys follow Charles over on his Twitter and X and Instagram, Charles Robinson on X. Yahoo Insider. Shout out to Charles, man. You could tell he was kind of a cool, fun dude kicking it. He understood my what do you call that, Smitty?
Your shtick, your vibe, your
say that first word again.
Your shtick.
Schmitty.
That's how you say it, your shtick.
Golf's going on. Starting today. Golf's on, huh?
No, what you say?
What did you say?
No, I was just listening. You said golf was going on?
Sound like you said I don't give a fuck. Like blatant.
I'd never disrespect you like that.
Not me. This whole sport. I never have a golfer on. Never have a golfer on.
We don't talk about on the show. No, we're good.
Never have a golfer on, I guess. So anyway, I didn't know it was 9:05. Shout out.
Yeah, you just kept going asking questions. I'm like, what the fuck?
I did.
Yes.
You didn't ask one question because you weren't in tune to the conversation.
I was, but you was just eating.
Very negative. Very negative. I would say hater. I would say hater, like all y'all would say to me. Hater. It's crazy how it works. Ironically, it's irony. Irony is crazy. Your hair is exactly like the little baby in the picture right now. So I don't know if you realize that.
Make sure you post that video that I worked hours on immediately to your page.
How long does that take you?
It don't matter. It took me time, and it cost me some money, which is okay. I'm gonna pay for it every month. I don't want your money. I'm saying it right now. You text me earlier. I'm fine. I need this. I want this anyway.
VPS. I fucking knew it, homie. That's what I knew. I was afraid of. I was actually afraid of it.
What?
I figured it. Like when I said I'd pay for it and then you didn't say nothing, I knew that's what you want to do. Because you want to do it, take the credit for it, then get good at it, use it. So when you leave to do the porch, you're using it, and you don't have to go back and say, "Oh, JB paid for it." Blah, blah. You don't want none. You want to clear hand. You want to wipe your hands clean of me on this particular.
Nah, I was already planning on getting good at AI anyway, and I'm gonna use this shit for like my personal shit, probably for Fox. I'm gonna be using it for beyond.
Now I don't get it. See, now I don't get like this. Now I'll get like the shitty part that he'll do for me. He'll do like a bullshit one, and then his will drop and it'll be like fucking unbelievable. Like the lip will absolutely move. It won't just say schnick slackly on the hat. It'll actually say like slap dick. Right now, it's like slap dick,
on the picture it did. That's that AI shit. On the picture, I promise you, if I sent you the picture right now.
Hey, the only thing, pop that video back in, baby, real quick at the end of the show. The little baby video
like this.
The little baby video that he did. I want to pause it somewhere because I saw something that popped up that's crazy to me. This AI shit is unbelievable. It's scary, actually. But when you did that video and I got it, the first thing I saw was something that popped out, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
I'm gonna show you the actual picture that I made originally. It looked clean, everything clear, and then when the video pops up, do other shit.
This is crazy right here, homie. So So this picture behind my hat right there, that the guy holding his hands up.
Yeah.
That's like the bowl game on the wall that was in the studio.
Yeah.
I mean, I just thought that's crazy. Like that's like, I know that's not me now, but like that so the AI takes like whatever's on the wall and just.
I'm a bad boy, man. That's what I'm just now learning this shit. Kev the truck, but
you didn't paint every picture on the fucking thing behind you, homie.
You don't know what I did, homie. You have no idea what I did.
But you know why? We've been putting it out there. Like when we first did it, because Theo was the first one I saw. I'll give credit. I saw Theo do it first. And then I was like, I hit you guys up like a couple weeks ago, like, hey, what is this? How do we do this?
Here's the original picture that I used for the video. It's like slap dick. If you look at the bottom left, you don't even know what's in the bottom left hand corner. I put cover 2 on there.
I read that. Yeah.
I put cover 2 on there, but when you take the picture, put it in the AI, for some reason, it does weird shit to the words. I don't know why.
Well, you're learning. You're still learning.
I put cover 2 on there. I had to erase what it's because at first it didn't say cover 2. It had some weird jargon. I had to erase it in Photoshop, put cover 2 in there using the chalkboard text. That's what I'm saying. This is next level shit. Like it's above your pay grade, above your brain. Like I make this show what it is. I mean, I'm a different breed. If I was just full time doing this and this is my main thing, like, oh my damn, I had so much time to just go crazy. I'm cold at this shit. I'm next level. I was on live TV for a year and a half. I've been doing social media at the highest level at Fox Sports for almost 8 years. Paul Pierce just went viral because of Mar. Like I've been doing shit at a high level for a very long time. I'm just facts.
Little Mexican boy. I didn't ask you. Anyway,
I love Mexican.
I love their food. Anyway, I gotta get to the yacht. Oh, fake ass AB. I'm gonna head to the yacht and then fake ass Gilbert Arenas looking ass. I'm gonna head to the yacht, but I don't know if you noticed, Chris Brown's in the news again, homie.
You love the downfall of a black man, boy. I don't know why we end the show with this.
What we do? Show me a white boy that does it, and I'll show him.
Or leave out the show. It's 9:10. We did not put that in there. That was not needed. The show's over.
Well, I brought it in hours ago.
3 hours and 15. You fucking did. It's been in for 3 hours and 15 minutes. There was no need to bring this in.
But what did he do?
I don't know, homie. You broke news.
He smacked a bottle over. He didn't hit a woman this time. Apparently, good.
Come on, y'all. I don't use that on forever.
He hit a it holds it's on like your resume, homie. If you screenshot, your wee on Twitter, guess what? People are gonna use it forever,
it's
right?
Wrong, and I'm not defending him at all. But all I'm gonna say is
he smashed the bottle like
context in that situation matters as well. Is all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, I don't fuck with Rihanna anyway. He took a bottle and he hit the producer over the head, I guess, at a club.
Yeah, what did the producer do, homie? Because that's something JB would do too if somebody came at you wrong.
Nah, I would hit about
You've done it before.
Let's
You've
get a
done it
gun. Let's
before
get
in
a
the bar.
gun or something. Unless you had like a strap or something, and I had to use something, but I wouldn't just do that on GP. Like if you like we got into it and we're scrapping for some reason.
At a bar though.
At a bar.
Okay.
I'm not grabbing a bottle that hits you, even though
You don't know what you doing if you just drinking.
Yeah, but but we know each other. The context is that's his producer.
No, he said a music producer. They say his
No. It's his own. So like, I'm not gonna be a bitch and hit Smitty over the head with something if we get into a fight, disagreement over something.
This motherfucker did a whole deep dive. He says his producer, you know his name, you know where it was located. Like,
wait, what happened?
You did a whole deep dive on this shit. It's his producer. It's his. They've been together for 10 years. They did all the legendary classics together.
Yeah.
Let me see if you can run it. That was the producer. You know, all the shit.
Apparently it happened a while ago, but I guess they just arrested him. So I don't know if he's out. I don't know if he's out on bond.
Chris Brown, one of the greatest performers, entertainers, and music artists of all time. That's a fact. That's not even a debate.
Oh yeah, he talented as hell.
Beyond talented.
He want to be though. He want to be try to be blood and shit. This is funny.
He ain't. I think he's legit out here.
No, he's not legit out here, but he tries
y'all
to be.
Bless them like y'all. I mean, I don't know all the rules. You know the rules.
That's why he got it. That's why.
I don't know if you pay your way in. I don't know how that works, but I know.
That's why he got. That's why. Yeah, you're sorry. You pay your way in.
I'm saying regardless.
You pay for protection.
But y'all allow it though. So that's
nah.
Tied up. He all.
That's why he got. That's why they ransacked him and fucking tied up his folks, homie. Come on now. But anyway, it's a whole nother story.
All I'm saying is y'all allow it, which means whatever the rules are, and I'm not a gamer, so I don't know the rules, but whatever the rules are, y'all are allowing it, which means either you can call them fake, but y'all are allowing it to happen. So I don't know what that means. Like
y'all,
if I go around and I say I'm woo, and I'm hanging around real ones, and y'all are cool with it, whether I'm paying for it, whether y'all jump me in, whether I did some work in the streets, regardless of what I did, the real ones are allowing me to do it. So I'm a part of it then. That's what it is. At some point, that's what it is. That don't make sense.
Stomach's fucked up still, kind of like weird. I must have something. Maybe I have a bug.
What it feel like?
Just like not right. Not like I ain't gotta go shit or nothing, but it's just like, you know how like when you empty your whole stomach, because that's what happened. I emptied everything.
I got one more shit though, honestly, like one small one. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but it's like that. It's probably like a virus, like some sort of bug I got.
Don't eat nothing, bro. Just drink water all day.
Water, like it's in our water now. They trying to kill us off, homie. Everybody, white, black, Mexican, they trying to
kill you though. You gotta be careful, bro. People don't like you, so you gotta really be careful. Like when you go out to eat and go fast food, be careful, homie. If I was you, I wouldn't even know.
I sent you that video. I sent you that video. Did I send you that video about the fast food joint? They arrested everybody. You didn't see that video? I didn't send that to you.
You probably sent it, but you sent me like a hell of a video. I probably ain't seen it yet.
I sent it to Ruben, I think, in a few because it was in where we hang out at.
Damn.
So context, real quick. So another 30 minutes on the show.
Not 15, but okay.
So look, there's a famous or popular restaurant.
Not 30.
The feds came in that motherfucker and told the manager to bring everybody out the back and come out here, and you're being arrested.
What?
And I was like, damn, that motherfuckers was putting rat poison in motherfuckers' food, homie, in the back.
At a high-end spot?
And there was a lot of cats put in the hospital. Nah, like a spot you go to a lot of fast food spot.
I don't go to fast food a lot. Cool.
Yeah, bro.
I spend money when I go out to eat. I go out to eat. I go to
no, that's why you broke. That's why you really broke though. I just don't get it.
What you mean?
Like stop spending money out.
I'm following your model. You said you want to spend every fucking dollar, and when you die, you want to die face ass up, face down. So everybody.
Yeah, but you got wife, homie. You're gonna have kids. You're gonna have a life.
We might have kids. We might not. We chilling right now. Ain't no kids right now. It's me and her.
So that's my thing. So like, my shit's over.
We having fun together though. Like we travel, we eat out. Like,
you doing that real
having
shit.
fun, bro. You don't get married and being home bored all day.
Hey, shout out to you, man. You doing it real. I envy like real like.
Yeah, we be having fun.
I envy husbands, wives, families, the white picket fence life. I envy that.
I'm gonna probably take a week off in like July probably or early August.
Yeah. I don't want it. Probably. I don't want that life. I said I envy it. Like I actually look up to it. I'm like, hey, man, I respect that shit. You guys look great. together, family.
You don't want it now, but at a point in your life, you probably thought you wanted it.
Nah, never. You can ask my closest boys. They'll tell you since I was like 17, 18, I was like, I'll never get married. And I actually stood to it. You know, most people, shit will happen. You change. I've actually stuck 10 toes down.
Not in your personal business, so don't answer.
Not even by design, by the way. It just that's happened.
Don't answer the question because this is more personal. But did you grow? Did your parents did they break up or were they together when you was younger? Don't answer if you don't want to.
Why? Everybody knows in my book they divorced when I was young.
All right, makes sense.
Why does that make sense?
No, I mean it's not 15, but I got clarity now, so I'm good.
Had nothing to do with it.
You don't think so?
Yeah, you know why I don't? Because it broke up. It broke the monotony. Here's why. My dad was married, right? His wife died. And he had 2 sons from her. And then she had a daughter before him, who I thought was my sister because I was born way after all of them. And I grew up thinking that was my real sister. It wasn't.
Yeah.
She ended up being like a total liar and cunt. And then she married a dude that I'm still cool with to this day. I kick it with him all the time. He divorced her, found out she was a fat fucking cunt. And then she lied. She lied on my pops at the wedding. I'm at the wedding, homie. I'm 15, still thinking she was my real sister. See what white folks do to you as parents?
White folks do different shit.
So then I'm thinking, when I wasn't 15, I was like 11. So then my dad is thinking he's about to give his daughter away, which I thought was my sister, away at her wedding.
Yeah.
She was like 22 or 3 getting married. She's like 11 years older than me or whatever. And then the original pops that nobody knew popped up and gave her away, homie. So that's the day that I found all the shit out, disowned her.
It's like a movie almost.
Yeah, I disowned her cunt ass. My pops kind of disowned her at the same time. My pops kind of was like, my pops obviously knew the cat because that was his first wife who died's baby daddy.
Right.
And then my dad had 2 boys with her. She died of cancer. Married my mom's, had me. I'm the only one from my mom. Had me. And then my brother passed. My stepbrother been my half brother or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, but the brothers I called my brother, but the sister had no blood to me at all.
Damn.
By the way, it's not a half sister, Mike Bundy. It's not.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do that shit. Like, one, the sister, no blood. But I'm talking about like the brother. I don't do that. You my brother, you my sister is what it is. My sister's my sister.
Yeah, I call that my brother. I never went. My half brother.
That half shit weird to me. Actually, like, as a kid, if you was, but as an adult, that's weird. You're my fucking sister. I don't. Like,
but that sister right there, like, So then she.
We had no blood.
Yeah, we had no blood, and then I found out she was a liar and she fucking cheat, everything about her. So.
Nah, I mean, I appreciate you for opening up, being vulnerable here on this stage, on this platform with all these people watching. And
that
actually
earlier,
makes even more sense. Like, again, why you're not married.
She was kind of like bad. I wish I'd have known earlier.
Who?
Huh?
Hold on. What the fuck? Who?
What happened?
I'm gonna move on. Great show, y'all.
Big titties and shit. I didn't know that she wasn't my sister though. Like I wasn't a pervert, so I was like, damn. But I wish I'd have known. Looking back, she was like bad. But anyway, but interesting. I could do some white people shit and like some Kentucky shit if I would have known. I guess later.
Is it Leah? Is Leah your sister?
Huh?
Let's keep this. Hey y'all. Tomorrow Thursday. Talk on Thursday. We're gonna keep this thing rolling. We might take Friday off and do a 3-day weekend. We'll let y'all know. 5 Hour Energy right here, brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. They give some money. We need to send them a deck today. Bailey, come on. Fuck Bailey. We talked about US too. And it's time. Get this fucking money.
We got like 4 more videos to show. I'm just kidding. There's a lot of shit back there I seen, but I know.
There's a lot of this little
shit. We didn't get to nothing on the
hell shit back there.
We didn't do nothing on the rundown.
Parents, if you watch it, parents, cut the Draymond argument. So cut JB's intro by itself. That's 1 clip. Cut the me and JB going back and forth when I cooked his ass. That's 2 clips. Really, it's the only thing we talked about today. Really, ain't nothing else we did that was like clip wise. I mean,
I would just clip us today. Like, unless Steve Kim, you can clip a Steve Kim clip. Maybe about
it wasn't nothing good. It wasn't nothing social media good from that. I don't think though.
Yeah, see, we need to see
viral TV show.
Yeah, we just need viral shit.
Some shit's good for TV. Some stuff is good for clips. So I think me and him arguing about Draymond. JB's intro by itself. Try to think of one more clip. Maybe Paris, listen to that moment when you was talking about Superhead following you and y'all best friend. Just listen to that clip and see if that clip's worth it. I'm not sure right now.
Oh, and shout out to the Discord. I guess they got a poll going on about the cereal.
Oh, about cereal.
Cereal.
Okay.
And I'm a Lucky Charms guy. So you cut up a banana and you throw it in a Lucky Charms. The best. It's not even close. The best cereal ever.
Cup of banana, put in some Frosted Flakes. Fire.
Oh no, that's horrible. It loses flavor and shit real quick.
It gets kind of soggy, but it don't lose the flavor.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I gotta get ready.
Peanut butter Captain Crunch. I like regular Captain Crunch. I gotta get to the yacht. I got a fucking water leak. Flakes.
Ruben, meet me at the yacht, homie. Help me work on the yacht. I got a water leak in the shitter, and I got all kind of shit to do, man. No
Just
fun
pay
today.
Ruben to do it. He'll bring his people there, fix the whole shit.
Ruben said Applejack. Ruben don't know how to do it.
We got
Ruben throw tortillas on anything.
All right, y'all. I'm out. Y'all have a good one. Appreciate you, baby. Unpaved is next. Peace.